Agora tu só tu quer, amor mamãe. Tira, tira, tira. Ai.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, it's your host, Ryan from the Six Man. We in the building. We in the building. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all having a good Tuesday morning. Enjoyed y'all weekend. Try to get you through some of your work day. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast who just getting up, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you smash the like button when you come in, subscribe to the channel, and show the boy some love, man. Cause we talking boxing this morning. We obviously talking about that big fight, man. That big fight that's going down in December between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, yo. You gonna see what AJ gonna do, make it do what it do. But before we start the stream, man, make sure you smash that like button like Ann Wolf, yo.
Did not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, it's over, man. It's official. You know, they calling it Judgment Day. They saying it's Judgment Day. They say Jake Paul finna go to sleep, and he a plus 900 underdog, man. So could this be possibly the biggest upset in boxing history? That's what we gonna talk about today. We also got a little member giveaway we got going on. You can join the membership for $1 per month to get a nice little hat, yo. When you're gonna do it at the end of the month, I'll tally up all the members, pretty much everybody who got a membership already. Anybody who joins will be in the raffle. And at the end of the month, we'll do spin the wheel. And you know what? I'll give away 2 hats, bro. We'll have 2 winners. And yeah, man, you get one of these, bro. Shout out to all the dads out here rocking the dad hat. Y'all know what I'm saying? But we got a couple of my guys in the building. We got Malcolm, man. He said, Ryan, don't sleep. What's going on, Malcolm? Got my man Miles in the building. He said, yes, sir. Salute my man Miles. We got Mars in the building. What's going on? He said, yo, what's good, my brother, man? We got Darius Flowers, man. But they have a typo on the flower. On the flyer. Oh, he said they misspelled judgment. Oh, for real. Shout out to David Garcia in the building. He said, I know everyone's saying I'm crazy, but I got Joshua by UD. Oh, damn. UD? Okay. He said, yo, De La Hoya got JKO and Josh? Nah, Mars. Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. My man Demo in the building. What's up? He said, shout out from H-Town. You know what it is, bro. Salute to my H-Town people. We in the house, man. My man Malcolm said, Ryan, you got to get some rest. Nah, bro. I'm a shift worker, Malcolm. Like, that's the worst part about it. That's why I had to get off last night, bro, because once 2 o'clock hit, bro, I might as well just stay up the rest of the night because I already worked the night shift all weekend. My mind was already going in that direction of staying up. So I had to tell myself get off, bro. But salute to everybody in the building, man. Salute to everybody supporting the stream. Smash the like button. I'll drop the link a little later on if people want to come up here and talk about this fight. Here are the topics, man. We're gonna talk about the underdog, Jake Paul. Can he beat Anthony Joshua? Alicia Bumgarner's coming back to face Leila Boudouin in the co-main event. And Tank Davis, man, what's Tank Davis gonna do? You know, I know we haven't had word on his situation, but I'm not gonna say he's guilty. Like, I'm a type of person like, yo, show me the evidence, man. Show me what happened. I don't like to go off hearsay. So I mean, if he's found guilty in the court of law, then yeah, I think Tank Davis gotta be responsible for his stuff, bro. But if not, we gotta talk about his future and what can happen, man. He said, I just got out of work. Oh, for real, Malcolm? He said, I can't lie, yo. That's fire how you got that topic set up. Hey, salute, brother. Just trying to trying to, you know, change up the streams from everybody else, bro. Trying to be a little bit different, have my own little thing, you know. But yeah, man. Smash the like button if you just came in. Subscribe to the channel. Show the boys some love. Let's get into it. We got AJ versus Paul. Obviously, Jake Paul's leading this, man, which means AJ is the B side, which is crazy to say, but you know, he's getting paid. I heard numbers of 72 million, 92 million. I don't know what the confirmed one is, but you know, 72 to 92 is a great number for anybody, bro. So it'll be interesting to see how much Netflix is invested in this. I know they were probably looking at the other opponents and saying, "Nah, we ain't putting these guys on the card. We're not paying Jake Paul to fight against Nate Diaz. Probably not even Andre Ward. They were gonna, you know, approve. I think it had to be a guy of Anthony Joshua, maybe Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo's in the deal with Turkey Al Sheikh, so that wasn't gonna happen. Tank Davis, like you needed a big name attached to it because you know Netflix, they not here to take losses in boxing. I'm sure they know the history of boxing and how it's been. So I think this is kind of a unfortunate situation for Jake Paul that he's got to fall on the sword possibly. But man, if Jake Paul can pull this win off miraculously somehow, would this be the biggest boxing upset in the history of boxing? I think that is the question, man. And I think it would be because of, you know, think about AJ, unified champion, former Olympian. You know, he's been at the highest level of the sport. And then you think about Jake Paul, a guy who only has 13 fights. You know, a lot of us say he's never fought an actual boxer. Here is an actual boxer, former champion, former heavyweight champion, former Olympian. You know, it's more like, bro, if Jake Paul wins, it's kind of bad for the sport, you know. And I hate to say that, but you know, yeah, I think the Julio Cesar Chavez fight, a lot of us didn't take it serious because Chavez, he just hasn't been active, man. But I mean, you know, you look at Anthony Joshua, he's been active way more than Julio. So it's a situation of, man, Anthony Joshua is probably more live dog, more accomplished, more everything than Cesar Chavez is. So that win for Jake Paul will be validation that not only is he a real boxer, man, he's an elite boxer. And I wouldn't put him in the top echelon of cruiserweight or even heavyweight, but I'd have to give him the respect. And then the part where I'm scared of is, okay, now are the kids coming up gonna go the clout route, bro? You know what I'm saying? If the kids see that Jake Paul made it, Jake Paul did all this in boxing, Jake Paul bringing networks, bringing money, got a whole promotion. Maybe we don't gotta be skillful. Maybe we don't gotta go to the Olympics or try to shoot for the Olympics. Maybe we don't have to be the most technical fighter. Maybe we can just get the clout. We got the clout. Now we can go make moves with the networks because that's how it seems, right? Right? From the big picture standpoint of it, we looking at it like, man, who else with 12 or 13 fights can get this type of event, get these type of events, these type of names? Nobody really, unless you got the clout, man. So I just hope that part of the game don't leave, man. I hope people don't try to come through the Jake Paul route. You know, I hope there's still young kids out there aspire to be great boxers, great technical boxers, and you know, win it that way, bro. Be good boxers, be great boxers. I think Jake Paul is an anomaly, and salute to him because he is putting in the work. I'm not gonna say Jake Paul not doing work, y'all. That's not what I'm saying here. He's still putting in work. He's still doing his thing. I just think he's an anomaly, and I don't think a lot of guys should follow that blueprint because um it hasn't shown success, right? Consistent success. But it's me, the world's greatest, yo. What's up, man? Salute to you in the building. He said if AJ don't KO Jake in one round, it's scripted. Oh shoot. Be careful, bro, when you're saying that. He said they suing people, man. Shout out to my man Abdul Rahim. What's going on? He said AJ versus Jake Paul. Yeah, AJ versus Jake Paul. AJ. Yeah. Yeah, it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. Shout out to Z Pacino in the building. What's going on, my man Z? Get ready for Border Wars. You gonna do it again, brother? Shout out to Half Boxing in the building. What's going on, Half Boxing? Salute, man. Yeah, man. These are the topics we're talking about. For anybody who came in here late, man. Yeah, we talking about Jake Paul, obviously. Plus 900 underdog against Anthony Joshua. And Alicia Baumgartner's back in the ring against Layla Baudouin. And Tank Davis, man, we got to talk about his future. Like, I'm looking at it. I'm going to talk about it as if it was a non-guilty verdict. So if we can just move past things, but I get it, man. It's not something we should just jump by, right? Like, it's a huge allegation, but I'm a type of person like, you innocent till you found guilty. So I'm gonna give Tank Davis the benefit of the doubt right now. And yeah, if obviously he's found guilty or even like, if he settles, man, I'm gonna look at it a certain way. Like, damn, bro, like why we going this route with you, brother? Like, what's up with you, man? But for now, I'm gonna let Tank breathe because we don't have word that it's official what happened. So we just gotta go off he said, she said. Mars said you see a 245 weight limit for Joshua. Yeah, I see it, man. And I was peeping it last night. I think the biggest Anthony Joshua has weighed in at on weigh-in date. So this is not rehydration. I think it's 255. So I wonder if the 245 is the weigh-in limit or if it's at the rehydration limit. Because if that's the rehydration limit, then I don't know which AJ we're gonna get, to be honest. Because I mean AJ would have to be far below when he weighs in. Probably at like 235. And to be honest, I don't think AJ's ever weighed in that low. Let me check BoxRec right quick because I wanted to check where he weighed in at his highest so I can take a look at those fights, but I don't think 235 has, like I saw there. Not 240, I think 240, 235. All right, so you're dating back to 2019 against Andy Ruiz rematch. He weighed in at 237. That's the closest I see for 235 for Anthony Joshua. So I'm just gonna say Anthony Joshua is probably not gonna weigh in that low. I still like to see though. I still like to see what happens in the fight. Is it a limit of where he got to weigh in, or is the rehydration? I think that's a big that's gonna be a big factor, bro, on the fight. To be honest. Shout out to Z Pacino. He said he didn't KO Francis in round 1. What are we talking about? Yeah, no. But I think Francis Ngannou, a lot of people, consider him probably more durable than Jake because I mean, Francis, he knocked down Tyson Fury in his fight before, and I think that fight went all 12 with Tyson Fury, if I not remember, or 10, whatever it was. I think it went the whole fight, and then Anthony Joshua came in the second round, I think it was, and cleaned the floor with Francis Ngannou. So that was definitely a change of pace for sure from what Tyson Fury did to what AJ did. It was impressive. Shout out to Just Do Boxing in the building. What's going on, brother? I mean, Abdul Rahim said it is everywhere and everyone is talking about it. Yeah, man. I think a lot of people want to see Jake Paul get beat up. Let's be honest here. I think that's what a lot of people want to see, man. He said, I'm going to make it count this time, on time and organized. Salute Z Pacino. Okay. You going in Border Wars? Well, yeah, man. You know how it is this time around. So hopefully it's a lot better, man. It's unfortunate that the situation played out the way it did. But yeah, man, like you said, you know what's up. So salute to you, man. Salute to you. Birdman Jr., what's going on in the building, man? He said, what's going to happen with Gary, Antoine Russell, and Hiroka fight. Yo, that's an awesome fight. I think it's on the card. It's still on the card. From what I heard, the card pretty much just got postponed to this date. So all the fights are still on the card. So yeah, we're gonna get Gary Anton Russell and Andy Hiroka. I think that's gonna be a firefight, yo. If y'all don't know the two guys, just I don't know, man. Highlight that fight. Make sure y'all watch it. I can guarantee y'all action. Both of those guys are come forward fighters. They're both punchers. Huge knockout ratio. So I think for sure, man, you're gonna see Andy Hiroka. He's not very known as Gary, but I'm gonna tell y'all he stopped Jin Sasaki at 140 way before Brian Norman Jr. did. And no disrespect to Brian Norman Jr. I'm just saying that's a relevant name. And Andy Hiroka stopped him. And Andy Hiroka, he's a puncher, man. Shout out to him. I like Andy Hiroka and Gary too. I like Gary. Gary's a come forward fighter. He's always in a good fight. Gary's a knockout puncher too, man. So I think that fight's gonna be fire fight. Andy Hiroka and Gary Anton Russell for their title. I think it's the WBA title. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good fight. Shout out to Trini BX in the building. What's going on, my brother? He says salute, Ryan. I respect the grind, man. Salute. He said 245 is the weight limit. Okay. So AJ can't come in higher than 245. That might be an issue. Shout out to Chase Money in the building. What's going on, man? He said, I got Jake winning. Oh, damn. Put that $5 or whatever, $10 on that plus 900 then. That's the type of underdog that Jake Paul is. And I think for sure it might be worth a little sprinkle, right? You just never know. But I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I think Anthony Joshua, he gonna spark Jake Paul out, man. I don't know if Jake Paul got anything that could hurt Joshua. I looked at the last fight with Jake Paul. I thought he was supposed to, I thought Julio Cesar Chavez had a chance to beat him, to be honest. But then I watched the fight and I'm like, man, Jake Paul not even hurting this dude. And this dude, Jesus, Chavez was trash. Basuda, man. Like, he was no good at all, man. And he was in there. He was in the fight. And it was like, yo, man. It was like, yo, Caesar came in. He came with this type of energy.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Yeah, bad energy, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? We don't want to see that, bro. So I was like, man, salute to Chavez Jr. that he's got packed up. Get him out of boxing, man. It was only fun when his dad was there watching him, yo. Shout out to Senior though. He had to sit through all that. Aquaflow, what's going on, man? Salute. Yeah, shout out to Ryan from the 6, man, for making the morning show, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, brother. My man Just Do Boxing, he said Joshua about to hurt Jake Paul. For real, bro. I think that's why people really tuned in. Just do, they trying to see Jake Paul get flatlined, man. They trying to see him get knocked out of boxing. And it's unfortunate for Tank Davis that he couldn't be the one to do it, because I actually had Tank Davis, not knocking out Jake Paul, but putting him down. But I think for sure Anthony Joshua packs a whole different punch, bro. It's gonna be one of these type of fights where Jake Paul, he might get hit and might make business decisions. Like, he might take a dive, bro. He might get hit by that smoke and be like, nah, I don't want none of that, bro. He might do that, but we'll see. We'll see how the fight plays out. It's only an 8-rounder, yo. It's not like it's only an 8-rounder. So, Jake Paul can get busy quick if he can early. Then maybe he got a chance to beat Anthony Joshua down the stretch. It is an 8. It's not a 10. But still, it's a huge task, man. It's a huge task. Just do said Chavez Jr. is fighting again. No way, bro. That's fucking stupid. Chavez Sr. made him take a DNA test after the Jake fight. Yeah, man. Can't be losing to no YouTuber, but that's wild, man. Salute True Power Media in the building. What's going on, man? Salute Ryan Canada in the building. Hell yeah. From Houston, Texas. Oh, salute to Texas, man. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Salute to y'all, man. Doing y'all thing out there. Got big Houston in the building. I think you're the second person, bro. So y'all hit the likes. Yeah, hit the like button for sure, man. When y'all come in. Show some love to the channel. But yeah, I think AJ, it's kind of like the pressure is on him, right? Because if AJ, if this fight go past, for most of us, we like, AJ, what up? But even if it goes deeper, bro, what if this goes decision? Then we really gonna look at AJ like, damn, bro, you really might be done. And for me, I'm just like, bro, I need AJ to be the guy who Moses Atama can beat, the guy who, the young guys can beat. I don't need Jake Paul to beat AJ. That would be bad, man. Because then when Moses Atama and these other guys go try to fight him, it's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad. They're gonna be like, yo, the YouTuber already beat him. Why are these guys fighting a guy the YouTuber already beat or had a competitive fight with? So for a Moses and for other future heavyweights, because I always think there's a pass and a baton fight. There has to be one. Even though Floyd beat Canelo in their passing of the baton, that was seen. That was evident, right? Like a lot of us was like, damn, Canelo made the adjustments and he took off, man. There was still a passing of the torch. It's kind of like we haven't had one since the Canelo one. Like, I don't know who Canelo gonna pass the torch to or how it's gonna get passed, but like, yeah, a lot of people are saying in American boxing, Jake Paul is probably the biggest draw in American boxing. Mexican boxing, I don't know who that next guy is. I don't know how Canelo's gonna pass that baton. I know Virgil Ortiz is a big guy, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And then the UK, they got Moses Atama. That's why I think AJ can pass that baton over to Moses. But it's Matchroom and Queensberry. Eddie Hearn not gonna let AJ pass his baton over to the promoter Queensberry. So I doubt we see that, man. But shout out to Yancey in the building. Yancey on the ropes. What's going on, man? My man Demo said, "Is there H-Town business?" Yes, man. Shout out to H-Town. He said Jake moves better than AJ. I'm gonna be the first to say I got Jake by tight decision. His team knows how to game plan. Damn, Demo, he's taking Jake. Oh man, that's a plus 900. So I mean, that's a nice cash out if you can hit that. I'm not gonna lie, yo. That Jake Paul and AJ plus 900 underdog for Jake Paul, that's huge, bro. If you can hit that, shout out to y'all. But I just think it'll look bad on AJ's legacy. It'll look bad on boxing if AJ don't go in there and do what he did to Francis Ngannou. And I think that's the pressure that AJ had. So I think for sure, we need to see that part of it. What's gonna go down on December 19th. But the weight thing, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the weight thing is what's getting me right now, because if you're asking AJ to basically come into the ring at a lower weight that he's never been at, like I've looked at his box rec, he's never, because like he's weighed in the lowest at, like I told y'all, 237, but that would mean he would come in the ring bigger than 245, right? I would just assume he'd rehydrate bigger than 235 if he's weighing in at 237. You're asking AJ to come into the ring at 230, 245. So it's crazy that they're asking him to do that. But we've seen, the reason why I'm not too concerned is because this whole time since AJ's been out the ring, we've seen him. That man been running in Africa like almost every day. He been out running, trying to get a fight in Africa. And it seems like he's just been training. So maybe, he gonna get up for this fight and train extra hard, get his body down. And we'll see, man. We'll see. Shout out to Chad in Canada. What's going on, man? Shout out to Toya in the building. What's going on, Queen? Welcome to the stream. Salute to Toya, man. She said, so you don't think David will win? Yo, Toya, I think David Benavidez is gonna win, but I think we're gonna see some adversity in that fight. I think we're gonna see people say, "Yo, maybe he just ain't that guy." But I think Benavidez is him. It's just like his power just never carried, and Anthony Yard is durable. Like Anthony Yard's he's fallen short in his title fights, but he pushed Beterbiev and he pushed Sergey Kovalev, who were both champions, hard hitting punchers. I don't know, man. We'll see. But if David want to show out and put his whole flag in the ground at 175, he gotta stop Anthony Yard, or else the people are not gonna believe he can beat Bivol or even Beterbiev. So it'll be one of those ones where I think David might even get dropped in that fight. We'll see how it goes though. Shout out to Miles. He said boxing talk up or say boxing up north. Salute Ron. Appreciate you allowing me on this platform. Absolutely, Miles. Anytime, bro. If you fight in the next Border Wars, let me know, dog. We'll get you back on, man. Toya said, man, AJ about to follow the script for a pain. Nah, he better not do that, yo. He better not do that, man. If he does, man.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about.
Better not, yo. He better not do that. He better go in there and spark that man out. I'd be pissed, Toya, if he does that. Chad said, stick with the prop bets. Yeah, man. I don't know what we'll get from Jake Paul, but I mean he's money line plus 900, man. My man Demo said we trying to cash out on Jake, man. But it's bad for boxing for sure. Yeah, man. If Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua, that would be a sad day in boxing. Trini said, I think 250 is the lowest he ever fought. Oh, Anthony Joshua, that's probably a long time ago, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Yo, salute, Ryan. What's going on? I am Saint in the building. Said y'all taking calls. Hell yeah, bro. We gonna taking calls here in a second, bro.
Remind me where I'm from again.
I know what it is. Hey, we coming though. Toya said, I think David will go the distance. Oh, yeah. No, I think so too. I know a lot of people talking about stoppage. I don't know, man. I don't think that David's power has translated to 175. David Morrell was a guy he didn't stop, who was a 168 moving up with him. And people can make the case that David Morrell's always been a smaller 68 than Benavidez. So he's a smaller guy. Vozdek, who was a natural 75 pounder. I don't think Benavidez ever had him on shaky legs in the fight. And then now we got Yard, who's a natural 75 pounder, who's only lost to, I think he's only been stopped twice, and that's by Sergey Kovalev and Beterbiev. And Beterbiev obviously had that 100% KO ratio, going into the Bivol fight. That's the only guy who's stood the time with Beterbiev. And Kovalev, that was back in his prime when he was knocking out lots of people. So I don't know, man. I'm with you, Toy, on that. I think that fight's gonna go the distance. My man, New York Bullet in the building. What's going on, man? That he was 245 against Usyk the second time, I believe. Yeah, I think he weighed in at 245 against Usyk. You're right, but like he rehydrated is my whole point, and I don't know if that's what this fight's all about. Is there a rehydration clause, or is it just the weight limit he got to go to? Because if it's just weight, bro, then it's probably not an issue. Shout out to my guy D Block in the building. What's going on, man? Inevitable D Block. It's a great show, brother. Early morning show, nice. I'm on break at work watching. Salute, man. Hope you get through your day, brother. We got that player Price in the building. What's good, my guy? Yes, sir. And shout out to the Bombs, Alicia Bumgarner. She is also fighting on the card against Layla Boudouin. They are in the co-main, man. And shout out to Layla, man. She's Canadian, so y'all know how I feel about it. She's getting her opportunity to fight for 3 belts. The WBC has not sanctioned this fight because obviously they're fighting men's rules. They're fighting 3-minute rounds. I think the WBC got to get off that horse, man. Because the ladies, they want to do it. So like, why don't we give them a fair shake at it? Give them a chance to actually do it. Give them an opportunity to prove, right? I know a lot of people are like, well, we give them 3-minute rounds, they don't get the knockouts. Well, knockouts are rare in boxing to start with. That's why when we have knockout punchers, guys who can get guys out, they get a lot of fame, a lot of praise. They get a lot of viewership because that's what people want to see. But there's very few knockout artists in boxing. Like, you even look at it right now, bro. I mean, I can probably name maybe 5 guys who are consistently knocking people out. Everybody else ain't doing it. And what? We not watching just 5 boxers every week or every year. We watching multiple guys. So, I think the women, they need to go ahead and do 3-minute rounds. Go ahead, do it. Let's see how it is, see how it goes. They need to just let them try it, man. And they need to give it a fair shake. I don't know why the WBC is against it. I don't understand it. They got to give their reasoning. Maybe they got a good reason. Maybe they got science behind it. Maybe they think, the blows. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but shout out to Alicia. She said, F it, man. I'm just gonna defend my other 3 belts. We're gonna go ahead with this fight. And yeah, they're gonna fight for 3 belts. So shout out to her, man. She dropped her WBC and said, I'm still fighting for the other, sanctioning bodies who support what I'm doing. And it's a tough decision to drop a belt, but that's what you gotta do. That's what you got to do. But yeah, I just dropped the link in the chat if anybody wants to come up here and talk some boxing. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving because we also got Tank Davis. Obviously, shout out to Tank Davis. Where does Tank go next, man? I'm speaking off a point of, okay, let's say we get to whatever happened and they say, Tank is not guilty. Let's say that the girl is capping. That's where I'm going off. I understand his situation is serious. We gotta let it play out. Let the people do what they gotta do to investigate. But I'm a type of person where, you innocent till you proven guilty, man. So in my eyes, Tank Davis, he innocent until otherwise. And then if something goes down there, then obviously I judge him on that standpoint. But for now, let's just say, this whole situation was blown out. Person was lying. Tank Davis is back on that saddle. Where do we want to see Tank Davis go next? Where do we want to see him fight next? Do we want to see him back in the PBC realm? Do we want to see him back in the mix with some of these other guys at 135 or move up to 40? Where it seems like a lot of contemporaries now have moved up. But I know Tank Davis is a smaller guy, man. He's probably naturally a 30 pounder. And I've always been impressed that he's been fighting up to 35. Him and Loma, they kind of like the one few dudes who can do it because of their skill. And obviously Tank's got the power. But I want to see, man. I want to see where he goes next. Shout out to Z Pacino. He said they're hiding behind the narrative. The ladies will be taking more damage. But it should be their choice to make. Yeah. I mean, well, when are you not taking damage in boxing? I think anytime somebody's punching you, punching your hands, punching your shoulders, your arms, that's damage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chassis. He's at work, man. Give him 5. All right, bro. I'm gonna be here, Chas. Salute to you. But yeah. Let me take a look at the 35-pound division. The Ring Magazine rankings there. I think Tank Davis is obviously still the best fighter there. Well, Shakur Stevenson's there too. Shakur has a case for that. That's for sure. But then you got Raymond Mulataya, Williams Zepeda, Andy Cruz, Floyd Schofield, Dennis Baranchek, Sam Noakes, and Abdullah Mason, and Lucas Body's number 10 in the ring. So, I know it's hard, man, to look at that division, knowing how glamorous it was at one point and say, where is the big fight for Tank Davis, right? Where is it? If he came back, does he have to fight Roach? Maybe Roach? Roach, if he has a good showing against Isaac Cruz, that's a possible fight for sure. But to look down that list there, Other than Shakur, possibly Floyd Schofield fight could be interesting. Abdullah Mason. Yeah, Abdullah Mason and Tank would be good, but like I think a lot of people, yeah, that would be a good fight. But I think a lot of people wouldn't be excited about it the same way they would be excited about Shakur Stevenson versus Tank Davis. So I mean, even for Tank to come back, man, it's gonna be hard for him to win those fans who don't, believe in him. Because we've always had this stigma of, okay, Tank avoids the hardest fight. So I think it's gonna be tough. But if he comes back and fights Roach, if Roach defeats Pitbull Isaac Cruz, then Tank can start righting some of these wrongs, man. But I'll be here to see him, whatever he does. I hope his situation with the court system is all, gets all ironed out, bro. You never want to see anybody go through something like that, bro. You never want to see that type of stuff, right? Not me, at least. I got a daughter. I don't want to see that type of stuff. So I just hope whatever happened, it was an argument, got blown out of proportion. Hopefully the man didn't actually do what she said, but it is what it is, bro. Shout out to Bernard Banks in the building. He said, Cook Ron, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, I got that link in the chat. If y'all want to come up here and talk some boxing, I do think Anthony Joshua has the opportunity to not only, take another guy out who people consider playing boxing, but I think a lot of people want to see Jake Paul get stopped, bro. A lot of people want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. I don't I've never had a big issue with Jake Paul because Jake Paul came here and he gave back to our community. No matter how you want to paint it, no matter how much you want to say he's not good for boxing, there's just no truth in that because the man came, made a whole promotional company, got a whole network in Netflix to buy into him. And we never had, or at least not till HBO, we never had anything like Netflix, bro. Netflix is a giant out there. It's a whale, essentially, in the networking world. So I think for sure to have them involved in boxing is good. And we can benefit from that, right? Moving forward, like with Canelo and Crawford, that was also a good fight. I don't know how it did it in viewership numbers that they were anticipating, but that was a great fight. We love to watch it. And it'll be interesting to see how this one presents itself. With being late notice, I'm a little worried about that. I'll be honest. I don't know how it's gonna look, but I think for sure Jake Paul, he brings him out, man. He brings him out. We can't ignore that fact. We can't ignore the fact that he's one of the biggest draws in boxing, and we kind of got to live with that, right? We just got to live with that. It is what it is, man. We got my man. Who we got in here, man? We got my man Juice in the building. What's going on, bro? He said, "Yeah, I actually respect Jake, man. Oh, we gotta respect. We gotta put some respect on Jake Paul now. He's fighting a real fighter. It's a lot of us asked for this. We got it. It's as real as it's gonna get, man. He's fighting a former heavyweight champion, Anthony Joshua. Yeah, you can't really ask for more, bro, from Jake Paul. This way he's supposed to be doing, right? I know a lot of us give him flack for fighting those MMA guys, but that was the start of his career, man. We don't even know most guys start. We don't know, Devin Haney's first fight. We don't know Benavidez's first fights. We don't even know Canelo's first 5 fights. Same with Floyd, but I think some of us can name Jake Paul's first 5 fights. So I know they were MMA guys, but he was still taking steps, man, like a prospect in a way. He just went and found names that he can attach himself to. And that's why I'm saying, like, of everything he does good in boxing, I hope that he doesn't do that, for the younger generation where they think they just got to attach themselves to a name to be to be a big fighter in the sport. No, you still need to put the work in. You still need to go down the route of like the top ranks and prove yourself. I think that's truly how you become a superstar in the sport. But you know, Jake Paul's an anomaly, man. I'm gonna keep saying that. He's probably, if you put him in that Misfits league, he can probably beat all of those guys in the same night, bro. Like he's a little bit different than those guys. I think he takes the sport a little bit more serious than those guys, and that's where I respect him. My man Juice said, "How you feel about the three names Netflix chose for Jake to choose? Ryan, Bud, and AJ." I thought the Ryan fight probably would have been cool because it would have been like, Ryan Garcia kind of views himself as the first influencer boxer, like crossover guy. And I mean, you can make a case for that. So that would have been a cool fight, but obviously Oscar De La Hoya didn't want that to happen for whatever reason. Didn't want that to happen because he would have got a cut of that. Bud, I just didn't think Bud would take the fight. Um, uh, I think Bud more looking at it like legacy. He trying to get ready for March. He's probably not trying to do a camp right now. Bud Crawford only fights once a year, man. So he not trying to get busy. He trying to enjoy life, enjoy his big win over Canelo, and he should, man. See Pacino, so I respect him for it. He didn't have to take this fight. Nah, boy. I think Z he may have had to take this fight just on the account of Netflix. Like they said, like my man Juice said above, those are the three names probably given to him. Ryan bowed out. That was probably the first name they went to. Bud, I just don't see Bud making that quick turnaround. So he bowed out, and it's just like you left with AJ, and AJ was probably like, all right, man. If AJ said no, then I think this whole event would have been canceled. And then it's like, oh man, now the whole undercard not getting paid. Now everybody out of money. All my fighters, they not gonna get paid. Now I gotta find them fights on a different network or at a different time. It just messes things up. But he took it, man. He took it. My man Half Boxing said, wasn't there an NBA guy? Yeah, Nate Robinson. I think Nate Robinson may have been Jake Paul's pro debut, actually. That was on the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones undercard. I do remember that, man. That was an interesting time, bro. I don't know if that was during COVID or just after. What's going on, Chad?
Hey, 1 sec, Ryan. I'm just gonna mute. 1 sec.
Yeah. Take your time, man. Yeah. So who else we got up here? My man Trini BX said he had some good defensive fighters in the camp with him. Can Jake outbox Joshua for 8 rounds? Yeah, that's the question, bro.
Hey.
What's going on, Chad?
Nothing, Ryan. Thanks for having me on because I was hoping Johnny was going to go live last night. I didn't see him. I didn't notice you on live last night either.
Oh, man.
So
yeah. I was on last night, but yeah, I kind of went on like the last minute pretty much.
What time?
I was on at 9 p.m.
Yeah, like I'm getting to where if I don't see anything by like 8 or so, a lot of the time
Yeah.
I just put my phone down. I'm in bed pretty early these days. I wake up early. But look,
Okay.
I don't have a lot of time to talk as much as I would love to sit here and have a big conversation. I'll just say this is how I'm thinking about it right now. We know AJ was supposed to be having a comeback of sorts next year, right? It's supposed to be. And I what I forgot about, Ryan, was remember the interview that TBV did with His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh?
Yeah.
And I don't know, people have probably forgotten, but I forgot. But then I realized that in that interview, they were talking about Jake Paul versus AJ, and His Excellency didn't pull any punches. It literally was like, yeah, I want AJ to stop.
Yeah,
Jake
he
Paul
did
is really
say
what
that.
he yeah. So I feel like that's a good sign towards authenticity. The fact that even though it's not his event per se, the fact that there's money, the money people behind it, they want to see those outcomes too, you know? Like, it's not like he gave some jerky answer like, well, you know, I feel like both fighters have blah, blah, blah. Jake Paul, he's got a loss on his record now. The thing with Tank didn't work out. They needed something to replace it. And let's be honest, he gave everyone something way bigger and more significant than the Tank thing. This thing is, I mean, just putting himself in harm's way in a way that not only has he not up until this point, but he didn't have to. He doesn't have to put himself in harm's way. Like, where, you know, the potential is, yeah, I'm going to win all this money, but I might become kind of retarded for the rest of my life because AJ, you know, like, let's be honest, man. Like, there's risk here. Yeah, we saw what he's done. And I believe, unless we should have seen something different, I believe that if AJ signed up, it's because he hopes to stop Jake Paul. I don't believe he signed up to a script or something like that, because his career's still moving forward. If anything, he's probably thinking all this money and exposure, and I'll use it as a warm up to my comeback. You know,
right.
I believe that's how it is. If anything, I could see them doing a bait and switch. Maybe I could see that, like, last minute. You know, they let's say like 2-3 days, 4 days, like the week of, they pull change it, and then at that point, Ryan, with so much marketing and such a push, they probably can rely on a lot of people looking at it. They don't hear the news about the last minute switch, whatever. Like, the real marketing has been done with AJ's name. I don't know if that. I don't know. I mean, I think everyone's got these questions, right? I think a lot of people are doubting the authenticity of it. I'm really, and I got to be honest, my gut reaction was that too. But then after I start thinking about it more, and, you know, like, because I was at work when I found out yesterday, so I had like the rest of my work day to just kind of mull on it, you know. But anyway, what do you like? You're thinking? I got the impression from your monologue that you're feeling like it'll be authentic from AJ's point of view too. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so, man. I don't think AJ, like, I think a lot of people forget, like, this guy has stake in the zone. He was a huge rollout for Under Armour. Like, outside of boxing, AJ's fine, man. He's been on GQ magazines. I don't think this dude's starting for paydays at all. Like, so I think it's just an opportunity, like you said, for him to rebuild his comeback, because I think Turkey Al-Sheikh also said something about, you know, he's gonna get AJ a warm up early next year, and then the big fight to Fury and AJ at some point. So I think this is kind of like a sparring for AJ. Get back in the ring, get back in a big position, and then maybe next year get a good fight in. I'm not sure who he'll fight next year, but then obviously Tyson Fury and him, and that's the one he's really looking at. I think Jake Paul is just a stop in the road, just a bag in the road.
I agree. I think that his if anything, AJ would look at it as just a way to get back under the bright lights, start working with media again, you know, having a date to work towards as far as in the gym. Some fighters need that quote unquote pressure, you know, to really get moving in the gym. Could be just stuff like that, because you're right. He's not only is he super wealthy, I feel like he is a brand and has recognition in all different areas of the world. You know, in certain parts of Asia, like obviously Europe, England. I just think that comparable to Tank, there is no comparable. Like, he's bigger in a way that, and any boxing fans that's arguing that is not looking at the big picture. I mean, just being a heavyweight champion puts you in a different category from every other boxer. Like, being the heavyweight champ still holds something to the general public, you know. But anyway, yeah, I agree with you, Ryan, and it's really close, man. Like, barely a month, right?
Yeah, it's a month. It's 31 days. It's a month out. Basically, it's December 19th. So yeah, it's just around the corner.
I can't even guess what the strategy would be for Paul, short of evasive, retreating, like back foot, but of course, you risk looking very foolish because he's not, and he doesn't have that experience to make a strategy like that work. In a sense where he's not going to look completely ridiculous. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know what, and I'm wondering how big Paul will come in on fight day. Like how how big can he get? And
Yeah.
then B, how big will they choose to get, against
Right.
a guy like AJ? It's all curious to me because let's not forget, like, fighters going up from cruiserweight. I mean, it's a historically it can be done. They generally tend to be smaller compared to the heavyweights. But what's the outstanding factor that allows a quote unquote small cruiserweight to become a heavyweight? It's skill.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the factor. It's skill. So that's where Jake Paul, I feel, and experience for that matter, is severely lacking more than anything else. To me, this hurts his ability in there more than anything. Like more than obviously the size. Everyone goes to the size, right? But
Yeah.
I just don't think he has the skill or experience to just basically to start from the opening bell. You have to have a plan that is apprehensive of getting your head knocked off, like quite literally. So I don't think he's had that type of fight yet. Am I wrong? I mean, you couldn't
No, you're
say
right.
like against Fury, I feel like there was a certain discipline and a certain strategy they took, but I don't think he really believed that he was in harm's way like that.
Right. Yeah, that Fury could really knock him out. Like this dude's
Yeah,
punching.
yeah. And cheers to Tommy Fury. That was like he took the O, and I like the fashion he did it in. And let's remember, like, knocking Jake Paul out, I almost feel like outboxing him the way it happened was a better kind of defeat for fans that don't like Jake Paul, for example. Is he going to get knocked out eventually? If he keeps taking risky fights like this, possibly. But who cares? Look, here's my point. If they go in there and it's fun and exciting as long as it lasts, let's put some emphasis on that too. And I feel like there is some good things as long as you're looking at it as what it is. It's just for fun, It's not. I think a lot of people take it too serious. I like the entertainment he brings. It's always a bit of relief because boxing can be. I mean, especially the fandom on social media, the whole thing can be a little much sometimes. It's fun to just. That's what I really liked about Joseph Parker. I feel like Parker's recent run at heavyweight, and just his personality and what he brings. That's what I like about him too. Like they bring an energy that's needed in boxing. But then Parker, I mean, there's another crazy story. But
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, I'm waiting to hear. Has anything about the B sample come back yet about Parker?
Nah, I think it'll take a while, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Man, I remember when John Jones got popped with this too, and it didn't really hurt him either. Because like John Jones, I'm pretty sure he beat Cormier, and that's what happened with him. He
but
got popped with the cocaine, and I was
wouldn't you
just like,
say
dang.
his celebrity's got to be 5 times more than Parker, though? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
John Jones.
maybe. Yeah, you're
I
probably
don't.
right.
I
Yeah.
don't. I don't really know. Like, I more know because my sons watch UFC, and I know they're big on, like, they describe to me John Jones as this larger than life guy.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
like the GOAT.
assume
Yeah, that's true. He's like the GOAT, man. That's true.
you know how that goes, Ryan. People just look at Tyson. Even Tyson. I say sorry, Mike
Tyson
Tyson.
Fury?
No, Mike Tyson. Sorry, I should
Oh
have
yeah,
said that.
yeah.
Remember, like, I mean, that if you go back to when things were publicly media wise at his lowest, and what I mean by that is he had just bit Holyfield, he'd been in prison. Oh, the media was he's like a media darling now. Back then, you have to understand, you couldn't get the truth about Mike. They were just throwing dirt and crap and
Yeah.
and look at how he was able to come back from all that. I feel like that part of it, the media part, the exposure, what people think, what's on people's minds, it plays a big role.
Nah, bro, I think it's the same with Roberto Duran. He was talked about as a nasty guy, but now look at him. Now everybody wants to talk to him. Man's at all the Riyadh season events. He's a
So
changed
true.
man. So
Yeah.
shout out to him, man. What up, Coach Eddie? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's good, brother? Salute to you, man.
Salute.
Coach Eddie, Ryan, let me interrupt to say I'm just going to jump off. Coach Eddie, good hearing from you, Ryan. Thanks. And I see is there anyone else on the panel? Well, regardless,
Not right now.
to the community, have a great day, and we'll talk about this some more.
Yeah. Thanks, Chad.
Stay up, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. This crazy fight is happening, man. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought it was some type of clout chase or some type of fake news or some type of clickbait, but it's here, man. It is what it is. The only thing that it's a lot of things that are happening in this fight. It's a lot of things that can go wrong in this fight. It's some tragedy. It's a possibility of tragedy in this fight if it's on the up and up. No, this kid could wind up in the hospital. This kid can wind up with permanent brain damage. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but I can give you just so many cases where that has happened. I mean, just one shot, Patrick Day, just one thing, just ended it all, man. Pritchard Cologne, Gerald McCullen, I think it was Michael Thompson when he fought. I think it was either Ben or he fought Eubank. Gerald McCullen. All it takes is one shot, man. And it could change the rest of your life. I think when he hit Francis Ngannou, Francis said it took him over 6 to 8 months to get back to normal.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
From that city, constant headaches, memory loss, just having trouble, big time trouble. Even when Timothy Bradley fought that fight with the Russian kid, I think Provodnikov. It took him forever to get back right, man.
Yep.
So this is not exactly. So this right here, there's nothing that I can point to that gives me Jake Paul any type of chance in this fight. I can't look at any of his previous performance and says he has any glimmer of hope in this fight. I mean, we seen this guy here seriously, man, think about his last opponents. He hit Chavez with every single thing that he had. He didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
He hit Tommy Fury with some good right hands. Tommy didn't go anywhere. And Jake Paul's he's not a heavyweight. He isn't. To be honest, really, if he's serious about his career, he should be campaigning at 175 pounds. He's a 175. He's not. I mean, look how he looks. Look, absolutely, cruiserweight's too big. Jake is bulked up. Look at Jake in 2018 when he first started his boxing career. He was like 180. 170. He wasn't even really cutting anything. You know what I'm saying? He was just coming in. He bulked up to that weight, lifting weights and eating. I mean, when he fought Mike Tyson, he didn't look good. Body wise, he didn't look good.
Yeah, he didn't look good.
He was flabby. He had back fat. He was heavy. He was gassed. He was sluggish. He didn't have the same explosiveness that he had. And when he fought Tommy Fury, he's quicker. He's a faster fighter, and he's smaller. He can't carry that weight. And now he has to bulk up, 15, 20 pounds, in what, like a month to get up to weight to fight AJ. That's not going to be all muscle. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to be eating, and it's artificial. And plus not that, he's not really even that good of a boxer. I look for Jake Paul to find the first excuse to quit in this fight. I think as soon as he's going to look for an out, and I think it's going to be a body shot. The first body shot he takes, he's probably going to fall on the ground and not get up.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever taken a body shot.
Collect his check. and collect this check. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah,
headshots are gonna be that kid get hit in the head, man. It's gonna be bad for him. I mean, he's too small. Don't have the reach. He's too short. He's not fast like Ruiz. And plus Ruiz 280 pounds,
yeah.
and he's throwing
Ruiz
with
a
this
bigger fighter, right?
bigger fighter, faster fighter, punches harder. No, Ruiz generates a lot of power from his speed, and
Mm-hmm.
speed mixed with the weight that he's carrying. So he's pointing at people that's knocked out or dropped Anthony Joshua. Everybody that dropped him is a legit puncher. Daniel Dubois is a legitimate puncher. He can punch.
Right.
He's a big, strong, freaking beast of a guy. He can hit. Andy Ruiz is a good puncher. He's fast, explosive. He punches. He's a hard puncher. And you look at some of the shots that AJ's taken throughout history. I mean, Klitschko, Dr. Steelhammer, he's a puncher. I mean, Povetkin, Alexander Povetkin, he took shots from him. He didn't go down.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ's
Yep.
been hit by some hard, sturdy punching guys. Dillian White can punch.
Yeah, Dillian White, body snatcher.
Yeah. I mean, he's a puncher. So just Jake Paul doesn't have the power to, I think, to trouble AJ. Now, I think the fight will last as long as AJ wants it to last.
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to go out there and punish him for a few rounds and then get him out of there, he can do that. I just see. I mean, we seen Jake Paul run. I've seen this dude run, literally run in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be running. He's gonna be running for sure.
I see this dude. I think this dude run. I mean, even when he's fighting Chavez, he started skirting around the ring, getting on his bicycle. When Chavez started really pressing him, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The kid can't fight on the insides. I don't know who in the heck Miami. If something happened to this kid, I mean, it's gonna be a huge black eye on boxing. Miami Commission, the Florida Commission, whoever sanctioned this bout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Florida.
Yeah, they are.
8-rounder though. 8-rounder. They sanctioned it. Let me get to the chat quick. Shout out to Juice. He said, "Not gonna lie, I'm mad Ngannou didn't take the fight. Would have been the perfect chance to prove he's a serious boxer, and AJ killed him." Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Francis, he dropped the bag, man. He should have took that fight, man.
Word. My man Z Pacino said that's fair. Anything to save the bag. My point being, he could go back to fighting retired fighters. Yeah, I mean, Jake Paul could definitely go back to that after. Shout out to Trini BX. He said Z Pacino said he stood on business with Netflix and AJ. Yeah, Jake Paul saving the event for sure. New York Bullet said Turkey kept calling him Jack Paul. Now Jake, yo, he's calling him Jack, yo. Shout out to Alberto in the building. What's going on, man? Shout out to my guy Dr. Boxing Talk. What's going on, fella? We got El Consejo. He said, who's winning is better for boxing. Oh, I think AJ is better win, bro. If Jake Paul win, damn, sky gonna fall.
Mm-hmm.
Half Boxing said, what's better for boxing, Jake getting KO'd or AJ? It's got to be Jake, bro. Can't have AJ getting KO'd, man. My man said John Jones won. That's why it's okay for John Jones to be on cocaine, because he won. That's crazy. Y'all wild for that, man. Shout out to Doc. He said every fighter has that risk. Every opponent of Jake Paul had the risk. Nate Robinson had the risk. 60-year-old Tyson had that risk. We either have him that concerned with all fighters or not, or name. Yeah. We gotta keep it 100 across the board. He was about to fight a lightweight. Yeah, it's dangerous, but it's dangerous for all. I'm not going for that. He could get hurt stuff. Well, I mean, it's the sport, right? It's what you sign up for. You're gonna get hurt, bro. Shout out to Nathan from NYC. What's going on? Hey, good morning, Ryan. If Jake wins, I'll stop watching boxing. I think you too. I think a lot of people will be like turned off from boxing if Jake wins, man. Shout out to Eduardo Alvarez. Said no TBV this week. I think Ness is moving to Florida, so he on the road, man. But yeah, Coach Eddie, you think there's a path to victory for Jake?
Nah, and not just. I want to address the comment. As far as Nate Robinson being in danger at that point in time, nobody really knew what Jake Paul was.
That was his first pro fight, I think.
That's what I'm saying. So we didn't know that Jake Paul had that type of power. So there is an inherent risk, and with Mike Tyson, we all knew what that was.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was a money grab.
Yeah, we all knew. Matter of fact, it said exhibition. It wasn't a real fight. No, it wasn't. It was a sanctioned fight. My bad, it was. But
yeah, I think they sanctioned that one, which is crazy.
Yeah, like a 60-year-old man. But we knew what that was. Like as soon as the fight started, everybody knew, and even before the fight started, everybody knew what that was. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, yeah, they are dangerous in this fight. But at the same time, like with Jake Paul, as far as him fighting the guys like the I can't remember of the Augustines and the other guy off the couch, I think that Jake Paul level, those are the type of opponents that a up and coming, you know what I'm saying? Those type of guys. I mean, you go guys like Devin Haney and Brian Norman, man, they got some guys with 64 losses on their records, 30-something losses. So those are the type of guys that an up and coming fighter does fight. They don't fight a guy like Jake Paul by normal status and normal sequence or operation in boxing would not get a shot at a guy.
No, you're right, bro.
AJ, unless AJ was completely shot, like 40-something-year-old, hard down on his luck and needed some money. Them the only type of way you get those type of guys on your resume. So Jake Paul, what he's doing, he is circumventing the process. He's going from he's definitely not a contender. I don't even think he's a prospect. I think he's
exactly.
He's right before a prospect, in my opinion. He's just starting out in his boxing career. And what he's doing, he's trying to use this bout to legitimize himself as a boxer by going straight to AJ and skipping over the other prospects who a lot of times you'll get beat by another prospect in your journey trying to climb that ladder of boxing. Because there are some prospects right now who would torch Jake Paul. It'll be a destruction.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A prospect.
There's a lot of guys who could torch him. Not even, not
even on AJ level.
Yeah.
So all he's doing, he's circumventing the process. He's jumping over all that. And he's going to say, look, I got in the ring with AJ. Therefore, I'm better than everybody else under AJ. And that's not the case.
Yeah.
But his dumb fan base will believe that. His dumb fan base will believe that.
My man Doc said, stop it. It doesn't matter. AJ knocked out Francis again. Either be concerned for all or disregard it for all. No, we're not concerned for Jake. I don't think. I'm not. But he said Jake Paul asked for it. He's not getting. I think he is getting sacrificed, or I'll say it, not sacrificed, but Netflix. They are not taking any fight. That's what they told him. Shout out to Netflix. They put their foot down because they're like, we're going to put on a good product. The only fights they put on are like big. Well, outside the Mike Tyson and Jake, I didn't like that one, but it was a good card. So it kind of made up for it. But the Canelo and Crawford, that was on there. They approved that. I heard Jake Paul was trying to get Nate Diaz. That was disapproved. Andre Ward was disapproved. So they gave him the three names. They said, Ryan Garcia, I think, was one, Bud Crawford, and AJ. Now, Ryan Garcia, Oscar came out and said he don't want no part of it. Bud Crawford, he's enjoying life right now. He just had a fight in September, so I'm sure he's not trying to get back to it. And, AJ's been on the shelf, so it's an easy probably yes for AJ trying to get back into it. But, yeah, I think Netflix is just in the business of making good fights and profitable fights. This is probably not a good fight on paper, but they see the viewership's going to be good. So they like, hell yeah. We don't care. Netflix don't care about Jake Paul's health. They're like, hell yeah, bro. You want to go get killed? Go ahead, yo. Everybody gonna watch. And shout out to Trini BX. What's going on, brother?
Salute. Ryan. Salute, Coach Eddie. Yeah,
Salute,
man.
brother.
Jake Paul ain't give a fuck about Tyson health or Nate
Word.
Robinson. You know what I mean? And I hear Coach's point as far as like him getting the shot. It's like what you were saying. It should have been somebody getting past the torch that gets the Joshua name. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind a Wardley. Like if Wardley didn't just fight him and Jake, because you know Wardley's like a blue collar, no amateur background.
Yeah, Wardy's
He
my
should have been
guy,
the one to
man.
go in there and
Yeah.
spank him. And damn, he ain't your brother fighting that night though?
What night? Oh, the same
When's
night.
your brother fight?
Yeah, I
On
think
19th?
they fight the week before the 12th, I think.
The 12th is my
Yeah.
birthday. That's a Friday.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real?
But I'm gonna try to. Yeah. So like 2 weeks out, probably this week or something. Just let me know the ticket information because I'm having my cousin. I can't make it out there because I just finished the probation, this new job and shit. But I have my cousin
Yeah.
pull up, man. He'll pull up and show some love. He in Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let him know for
Yeah.
sure, man.
That'd be a good look, man. Word.
Absolutely. We'll hook him up, man. Make sure he's good. Yeah, what do you think about
I'm trying to get him out the
Jake
house and
Paul?
shit.
Yeah, you get him out the house, bro.
I got laughed at, man, when in Marco's show when I mentioned, Joshua taking that fight, but I wanted him to take it in 2 weeks' notice. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, Joshua absolutely knock him the fuck out. And I think that's what I want to happen. Hold up, I got this train outside passing by. Hold up for a second.
Yeah. Nah, obviously, everybody want to see the knockout, bro. I don't know anybody who's tuning in to see otherwise. Everybody trying to see Jake Paul get slept.
But like he got those young
Jake
defensive fighters.
He does have a family.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Trini.
Yeah, I was saying he got Shakur and Kent with him. He might try to outbox this dude, man. If he gets the win, at least it's a UK guy losing to him, man. Like that's the only bright side. If he do win, man, we get to hear Tim Boski, like I said yesterday, man. But yeah, man, he got to be. It's like Turk said. Turk said it's a 1 in 99 shot. He said 50. He said Belanga Jake a 50-50 fight. He didn't want to take that chance. He wanted Joshua. He wanted to get him. He didn't want Jake Paul to get ranked or get the fuck out the game. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty. He said Berlanga and Jake's 50-50. Do you know how crazy that is? Yeah. Yo, shout out to Turk. He said he didn't believe in he didn't believe in Edgar Berlanga. That's crazy. I think
he said it when in that interview in the Boxing Voice. He said that. He said, nah. I know Ness was trying to pitch Berlanga. He like, no. I want that's 50-50, like a 50-50 fight. I don't know if he said it or the other guy said it.
That's even more nasty.
I want it to be
because he set his guy Hamza Shiraz up with Edgar right after, bro. That's even more nasty. Put them as main event in Queens, bro.
What he said, Jake and Berlanga, the 50-50 fight?
Yeah, I guess yeah, he said that before Berlanga fought Shiraz.
Wow.
Turkey Al-Sheikh said that. That's wild, man. Shout out to David Garcia. He said that's what I'm saying. He's gonna go out there to survive and run for 8 rounds. I can definitely see him surviving. Yeah, it depends on how big the ring is. If they make it a big ring,
he ain't that much running in the world, man. That kid ain't gonna make it, man.
Yeah, Joshua's like 6'6". He's a big guy.
That kid is not gonna make it. He's gonna get cornered up, and it's gonna be a wrap. Joshua's gonna take the center of that ring, and that kid, his back's gonna be up against the ropes the whole entire fight. If he come forward, he's gonna get slept. Jake can't fight on the back foot. No back foot action at all. Can't fight on the inside. Not strong enough to hold and tie Anthony Joshua up. Because that's what Jake likes to do. He gets tired, he gasses. He likes to grab and hold and tie people up.
That won't work in this fight.
No, he's gonna get obliterated. If it's a real fight, he's gonna get obliterated.
Yeah,
it's
because
gonna end bad for him.
To hold on to a guy who's bigger than you, now he's leaning on you. That takes off a lot of energy.
Yeah, and he's punching down too. Now he's gonna be punching down. So Jake's gonna lose all his power, but now he's having to punch up.
Right. I just don't know
I
if
don't think.
Jake's ever fought anybody with these dimensions.
Heck no, man. Look what he been fighting. You see who he been fighting.
Yeah.
There's
So
there's nobody.
shout out to Jake Paul, man.
It doesn't take, and people giving him credit. I ain't giving this dude no credit for getting in the ring for $92 million. It don't take courage to get $92 million. I would get in the ring with Joshua for $92 million. You would get in the ring with him for $92 million.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake for taking this fight. You can pay $92 million, man. That don't take no courage to get in the ring. You'd be a fool not to take it.
Nah, he's saving the event though. I look at it like that, bro. I look at it like he's saving a lot of people, getting paid. Because I mean, Gary Antoine Russell.
I think he's saving his own skin.
No, that's facts too. He is saving his own thing, his business, MVP, his relationship with Netflix for sure. But I'm okay with that as long as he stays in the sport, as long as if he gets sparked out, he don't leave. Like you gotta stay here, bro. Keep doing your prospect shows, your women shows. Yo, regardless what you want to say, that man brought Netflix with him. That's crazy. We have PBC and all these other people. They couldn't make it happen. So shout out to Jake, man.
MVP. Yeah, they're here to stay. The promotion company, it's not going anywhere. You can promote fighters your entire life. You can't fight forever. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this could be a cash out for Jake. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to kind of ease out of the sport, and go ahead and put that promoter's hat on full time, because he really doesn't have a future for like being a world championship level fighter.
No,
he can keep fighting. Yeah, he can keep fighting guys, but you put him in. If he really want to test himself, fight somebody like Brandon Glanton. That's a litmus test. See what he actually fight. Fight somebody like that. Fight somebody like Andrew Zabidi. Fight some.
It's like he can't, like Brandon Glenn, if he fights him after AJ, that's like a step back in a lot of people's mind because of the name, right? So I think like you're right, bro. He almost capped because the only guys he can fight that can probably, beat AJ name wise is Canelo Alvarez. Like that's the only guy. Other than that, everybody else is a smaller fish, man. So it's gonna be hard, but yeah, maybe like somebody said earlier, he goes back to retired fighters and retired MMA guys, like Conor McGregor and those guys, man.
Yeah, to be somebody like that. He's just gonna be fighting names, especially if he has a long-term relationship with Netflix. Providing that he's able to stand after this fight, providing that something doesn't happen to him, which is a possibility. And yeah, there is an element of danger for all fighters. So it's not like, we so worried about Jake Paul. I think that just a level. Like this fight really shouldn't be happening, but it is happening because of who Jake Paul is.
Right.
Part like the Nate Robinson fight, both guys were making a pro debut pretty much. So Nate Robinson, if he was any good, he could have beaten Jake Paul, but Nate couldn't. It wasn't any good. Couldn't fight. You know what I'm saying? He got put to sleep. That happened in pro debut. It's a lot of bad pros out there. A lot of horrible pros. A lot of guys that got 40, 50, 60 losses. That's part of the game, man.
I was saying, yeah, exactly. Coach Eddie, like a lot of people were like saying, I forget who it was, man. They're saying like, Kurt Scooby? They're like, yo, is he gonna be a journeyman? And I'm like, bro, like, no disrespect, but we need those guys in boxing. We need the guys who can test the prospects, who can tell us, who's who. They are needed in the sport, bro. We're not gonna have the top versus the top every fight. Let's be honest here. So if Kurt Scooby turns into a gatekeeper, he gets a couple, upset wins, that man can make a living. He can still make a living on boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a lane in boxing. I think everybody's gonna have a lane. And what they say, like 2% of people become champions. So that's 2% of the sport, bro. Not everybody's gonna hold the belt, man. It's even probably lower for guys getting paid in the millions.
Yeah, I think this also I kind of seen this happening because you really look at it, they took AJ out of the rankings. He's not ranked anywhere, I don't think
Yeah,
anymore.
he's not ranked. Yep, you're right. Yeah,
He's inactive. So by him being not ranked, that kind of took the sanctioning bodies out of it. They're saying, "Hey, you can't do this fight." So he's an unranked fighter. So maybe they had this planned the whole while. You know what I'm saying? Because things just don't happen overnight. They probably been talking about this for a minute, and now it's happening. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a cash out for Jake. $92 million, right off to the sunset, and just do full-time promotions, and it is what it is, And like, I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Jake is kind of like he had the jackass mentality. You remember that show
yeah,
Jackass with those dudes?
he does. Yeah.
That's Jake Paul. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows he's gonna get flattened out. His mom and dad know he's gonna get flattened out. His brother knows he's gonna get flattened out, but he's gonna get $92 million to do it. We've seen people do a lot more dangerous stuff for less.
That's true. That's true.
That movie, that Jackass dudes, them dudes was doing all kind of crap. That dude went there and fought Butterbean in a freaking in a shopping mall or something. Butterbean about killed that. About unalived that dude, man. Butterbean's that dude's a serious puncher. He can hurt you, man. Yep. And that dude was messed up after that punch. He was laying there for a long time, man.
They be playing boxing, man.
Yeah, those dudes talk about having damage from doing all them jackass skits. Talk about having brain damage, all the concussions that they got.
No, you're right.
They put themselves through there, and that's what Jake Paul was doing. This is just a jackass move right here. He's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna make $92 million for getting knocked out.
It's crazy. Shout out to TWR in the building. He said Paul getting knocked out is still a win for him. I guess at the bank, is a win for sure. My man New York Bullet said, I don't believe Nate Robinson was his pro debut. His pro debut was Anson Gibb. Okay. Well, I know it was one of his first fights, Nate Robinson. I think it was on that
both of those guys
on that Mike Tyson, Roy Jones undercard. That craziness that went on.
Are you talking about Gibb? Yeah, Gibb. I think both of them were YouTube influencers. It doesn't take much to get a boxing license. You can just go down to your state capital, pay $25, and they'll give you a boxing license. They can say, "Hey, you ever fought before?" Yes. Yeah. That's all you got. Just check a box. Okay, you got a boxing license. Go get your federal ID. Pay you $25. You are now a professional boxer.
Yep. And then if you get the physical, you can go and fight, man. Which is nuts. Like, it's the only sport that's like that. Do you think like we got to change that? Because I look at all the leagues, bro. You got to go through something to become a professional. Like an NBA player, you got to go through college or you got to go through Euro League. Hockey's kind of the same. They have the farm system up here. You got to make it to a certain system to get drafted. Boxing, like you said, bro, anybody can just sign up, and go fight it. It's nuts.
It's dead serious, man. You don't have no credentials whatsoever. What state are you at? What state are you at right now?
I'm in Canada, so I'm in Toronto, Ontario.
But, okay. I got you. My nephew plays up in. My nephew plays in Connecticut. He plays for Fairfield, Connecticut.
Nice.
He does his thing. Be on the lookout for him, bro. They played a tight game with Seton Hall and Penn State. They came up a little short, but they just beat Loyola Marymount the other day, man.
Okay, so they're usually in the tournament, Loyola.
Yeah, he did. He doing his thing. I'm proud of my nephew, man.
That's good, man. We'll watch out for him.
But for sure, man. I hope he gets a chance, get a chance to play professional somewhere and fulfill his dream, man. He's getting some of that money though right now in college though. He's getting paid, so shout out to them for getting that bread. Yeah, man. I said, boy, that's what I'm talking about right there, man.
Yep.
Getting paid. Yo, man, but you right, bro. You are exactly right, man.
It's crazy.
There's
it hurts the sport too, because I'm not saying that a guy off the street can't be a champ. Look at Fabio Worthy. He's kind of the guy who's showed us lately. Wilder, the same thing, started late. Those guys started late, but even Wilder was an Olympian, so I can't really throw him in there. But a guy like Worthy, who only had 2 white collar fights. Now he's a the man just got awarded the WBO belt yesterday. He's a champion.
Thanks.
So yeah, there are guys who definitely exceed the expectations, but I feel like there's far more other guys who like it's almost like they just sign up to say they're a professional athlete.
but you know what the difference is? Everybody you just mentioned is heavyweights.
Yes, that's true. They are big guys. Yep.
George Foreman didn't have that much amateur experience.
Yeah.
Now at the lower weights, your skill level has to be higher. Because heavyweight, you can just have a brick for a hand, man, and somebody, hey man, teach you how to deliver that brick and hit somebody with it. You can go a long way, man. That's why heavyweights can fight for a longer time. You see these heavyweights fighting well into their 40s. That's like a younger guy. When you need your speed, your reflexes, and your ability, your mobility, you don't see too many guys fighting in their 40s because it's a speed based. Heavyweights is more power based division.
That is true. Shout out to El Consejo. He dropped a $2 super chat. He said Joshua going to KO Paul and want the Ruiz trilogy. Oh no, we ain't checking that, man. We don't want Ruiz. But salute, brother.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Nah, man, we don't want Andy Ruiz. I don't even know what Andy Ruiz has been doing.
I heard he's supposed to be fighting Usyk, man. What's up with Usyk? Why did he vacate the belt?
I don't know who else is a good partner with Usyk. I don't know who gets Usyk up to fight, man, other than Moses Satama, but I just don't think Moses is ready for that smoke.
You think he's getting ready to retire? You think Usyk's going to retire?
So. I don't think they got nothing left to prove, man. They got that guy's done so much. It's like who we gonna fight next? The heavyweight division's kind of in limbo. It's turning over, right? Like Wilder's old, AJ's old. They all leaving. Fury's, I think he's gone. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Now that's what Turkey Al-Sheikh is hinting at. That AJ and Tyson Fury, having a match. And that's why I can't see AJ throwing this fight because there's so much on the back end. Like, man, if I throw this fight, I'm gonna lose out on $150 million. So let me go on out here and smash this kid, and that way go ahead. So I can go ahead because what I heard last night too is that AJ was supposed to be fighting this weekend. They were gonna pop him on the card.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So
he was supposed to be fighting Cassius Chaney. I don't know if you're familiar with that gentleman.
Cassius Chaney. Yeah, he's American, isn't he?
Yeah, kind of low tier guy. Don't really have much punching power. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I think did Wilder fight him, or he's kind of like a stay busy type of fighter. Decent record, but not really any threat to AJ as far as getting knocked out.
Okay.
So they was supposed to fight this Saturday on the Riyadh season card, just kind of like on the lower tier. Just like a little 8-round fight. Hey, here's a little bonus, but this Jake Paul thing presented itself. So I'm like,
dang.
Yeah, that was crazy news that I heard that, man. That what my man was saying. I think it was Eddie Hearns or Frank. Somebody was saying it. Somebody that was legitimate was saying he was supposed to fight this weekend.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Could have got AJ pop up on that stadium fight. What's going on, my man Doc? What's going on, brother?
What it do, man?
Early in the morning talking his boxing.
Man, hold on, wait, man. You got the smartest man on the internet. I got to get out of here, man.
Let me mute the other one.
He said I got the smartest. Oh, my man Doc.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah. PhD. What's going on, brother?
Ain't nothing much, man. No, go ahead and finish your story, man. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm listening, man. I'm gonna chime in when it's my time, or I could go.
Yeah, I think Coach Eddie was done.
Oh, he was done? Okay, my fault. I had it playing in the background. I just wanted to discuss that same little Jake Paul topic. I'm not I know Coach Eddie, he do his thing, man. I know you already know how we rock, Ryan. So I'm not saying that y'all are adding unnecessary sympathy. Well, I am saying that, but I'm not saying that's your intent. What I'm saying is that I feel like to even discuss it is somewhat injustice to all of the Jake Paul opponents that he's taking advantage of. Like even with the Nate Robinson one, it's like, yeah, we may not have known that Nate Robinson couldn't fight, but you think Jake Paul and his team didn't know that? You don't think that they scouted him out? Everybody that they fought, from Ben Askren to Tyron Woodley to Julio Cesar Chavez, they knew he was fresh out of rehab, man. Stop it, man. They probably called them folks to come snatch him up after the fight. You feel me? So I just feel like, hey, man, sometimes it's gonna work out. And like Ryan said so eloquently, man, about the Netflix stuff, is like, hey, you was collected a lot of checks, and now Netflix is like, now we really want you to earn this one.
Word.
So, and then in addition to that too, I can't even really be like, okay, they put him in a tough spot, because if you remember, I think Ryan touched on this as well. Like a lot of people forget that Canelo targeted AJ before Tank. Tank was the pivot. You feel me? First he wanted Canelo, and then Turk came in there and intercepted that pass. Like your nephew, Coach Eddie, you was just talking about in the football. Shout out to him, wish him the best. You know what I'm saying? He went and intercepted that pass. Then he went to AJ, but then the broadcasted exclusivity deal messed that up, and they're like, okay, we're not going to further negotiations because AJ has to be on the zone, Jake has to be on Netflix. So then he went to Tank, and then Tank the limited selling, and then the DV case. You know what I'm saying? Where you doing that goofy behind stuff, man. Shouldn't do that. But then he went back to AJ and they ironed that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming the specifics of it has something to do with the zone getting a cut, you know what I'm saying, to allow AJ to go on another platform. So I just don't feel like there's any, of course, ideally, we don't want anybody to get hurt, man. We all watch boxing, but at the same time, the only person I feel like Jake Paul was unwilling to hurt was Mike Tyson, because of the backlash field that knocked out the 60-year-old geriatric Mike Tyson. But that's it. I feel like everybody else, you saw what he did to Nate. You saw what he did to Tyrone. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going, man. He getting knocked out. He getting knocked. This is what he asked for. He's not getting sacrificed. He volunteered.
Yeah, he volunteered sacrifice. Shout out to him, though, man. I love it. I love it because I'm the guy. I'm like, I like the Caesar, the gladiator, to put the thumbs down, put him out, bro.
I don't want him to get hurt either, you know what I'm saying? But I also didn't want Adonis Stevenson to get hurt by Vosdick. You see what I'm saying?
That's
we don't watch it for people to get hurt, but we know that's the inherent, you know what I'm saying, the risk that comes with it. So I just feel like Jake Paul, he's been getting by with taking it. He was just about to fight a lightweight, man. Come on, bro. Come on. I know Tank is a fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best, but he's still a lightweight. But every single one of his fights, he had some type of significant advantage, man. This time it's just he's the one that is where the circumstances are not in his favor this time. He's still gonna get paid. So hey, man, if AJ decapitate him, like Ryan said, thumbs down. It is what it is.
We good.
You know what? I'm cool with that. Everything you just said, I'm cool with that, and I hope that AJ does take this approach, the Ivan Drago approach. If he says, "Hey,
hell yeah,"
he said, "Yeah," if he said, "Hey, this is what you signed up for, no mercy," and say, if he dies, he dies. Because at the end of the day, whenever you sign a contract, I remember the first time my first professional boxing match, I signed that contract. And on the bottom of that contract, it said up to death. Exactly what it said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure his contract is going to read the same thing. It's going to say up to death. It tell you everything that can possibly happen in this contest right here. And so at the end of the day, like I said, he wants to put, I mean, $92 million, that's hard to turn down, but I also question his mother and his father. I mean, for even letting your son go through with this. I'm like, I mean, anybody, if you really cared about your kid, you'd be like, look,
don't do it.
You already got plenty of money. I didn't have come in and have to feed you, see you in a vegetative state, or even possibly bury you. Because that is the reality of this sport right here. People don't like to talk about it. They think it's fun and games, but I'm telling you, bro, that's the dark side that people just kind of act like doesn't exist, but it does exist. It happens all the time, brother. And we try not to talk about it.
My fault.
No, you can go ahead, brother.
No, I ain't mean to interrupt, bro. I thought you took a pause. My fault. I thought you was done. My bad.
Nah, you cool. I mean, we seen the African fighter. He kind of, kind of started, turned around and started. Yeah, just started shadow boxing, man. Some guy, some ghost or whatever. He wound up passing away. Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick Day. I mean, Michael Thompson. I mean, the list goes on, man. I mean, it's crazy work. So Jake Paul. I mean, at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua has to take that approach because Jake Paul, he would love to KO Anthony Joshua. So if I'm Joshua, I'm not
You
playing with
feel
this
me?
kid, man. If he goes, he goes. Ivan Drago.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree with what you said. It's like boxing is dangerous. You know, look at the Japanese fighters that just passed away recently, and then the Ghanaian fighters that just passed away recently, and then you know you already went down the list, and even what's his name, Maxim Dadashev, that when he fought Super Matias, he passed away, and so yeah, it's just a harsh reality. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know you well enough and Ryan well enough, and I know myself well enough that nobody's wishing that, but at the same
Right.
time, I think that it's important for people to get what they ask for. You see what I'm saying? Like, because at Jake Paul and others, like you said, some people are going to be goofy enough to put money. Bro, some people put money on Jake Paul to beat. They're going to put money on Jake Paul to beat AJ. Some people put money on Conor McGregor to beat Floyd. Manny Pacquiao couldn't beat Floyd, a Hall of Fame legend. Juan Manuel Marquez, a Hall of Famer, couldn't beat Floyd. Zab Judah, Sugar Shea Mosley, Oscar, Miguel Cotto, but you're going to put money on Conor McGregor. So sometimes it's important for people to recognize their position. You feel me? So if you want to talk all brazy and say, "Oh, I could chin AJ," AJ's a unified champion, bro. A former gold medal. No, you're never a former gold medal. He is a gold medalist. You see what I'm saying? So even when we talk about, I'm gonna be honest too. On the flip side, if AJ is, I think somebody said in the chat, "Oh, he's just gonna run all night." Brother, it's a confined space. It's not an infinite plane. If you can run all night against the Olympian, you deserve it. I'm gonna give Jake Paul credit. If you
if
if
he
you can
can
run
stay
all night
away,
from AJ, you got it, bro.
for real.
You got it. He's an Olympian. We not talking about some poo putt. We talk about an Olympian, former unified champion, bro. If you can run all night in a confined space in the square circle, you got it, bro.
Yeah, and maybe they say to Jake, "Yo, bro, if you feel like you can't do this, you come back to the corner and let us know. We stop this fight."
Throwing the damn towel.
Yeah, if you feel that power, you know what I'm saying? We throw it in the towel, bro. They gonna give him a sign. Like, I mean, yo, man, I saw some video today. My guy Hector Bermudez, they getting on him right now. Shoot, man, they said that him and Kurt Scooby made through the fight, and I'm like,
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm like,
Kurt,
man,
he got beat
Yeah,
up.
I'm
Man.
not gonna speak on it, man, until I see some concrete, because that's a hell of an allegation, man.
It is, bro. I feel bad for Coach because I don't think he would throw any fights. You know, I don't think you ever go in there. Y'all took the fight on short notice, so I think they probably were just happy to make it that far, to be honest.
Yeah,
but frig, man. Nah, I don't think Coach Bermudez would have told Kurt Scooby to quit, bro. Hell no.
Yeah, I saw
Plus,
that.
Kurt,
Like,
Kurt Scooby is he's a football player, man. He's not a boxer.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
a
like
football player.
Brandon Gladden is a football player. I know Brandon Gladden is the amateur. He was a football player.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can only go so far. That's why he moves like that. That's why he's cumbersome. Same thing with Kurt Scooby. He's a football player. He had nothing for Adam Azim. He had nothing for him, man. Dude's way too much for him.
Yeah,
and it is what it is. What I like about this Jake Paul situation, that this will open up opportunities for other fighters to get a legitimate fight against a top upper echelon guy. Because I think what happens in boxing, a lot of time we think that it's so much different between a quote unquote elite fighter and a contender, and it's really not. If it's a good contender, he's gonna give that elite fighter all he can handle, and then so that's why he's called a contender. So I don't have any problem with Adam Azim calling out with the welterweight division or even Shakur Stevenson, because he would give Shakur Stevenson all he can handle. Stylistic wise, because he's tall, he's rangy, he's quick. Those type of fighters are gonna give you problems because Shakur is not a power puncher. First of all, that's why that type of fighter. That's why Amir Khan always gave a lot of people a lot of problems because of his dimensions, his speed. Anybody who can speed, power, and can move around, it's gonna give you issues.
True.
And no matter what level you on, so this not this. People always talk about elite fighters, boxing IQ. To me, it became a talking point at some point in time. So like even with the Devin Haney, Brian Norman fight this weekend, they talking about pedigree, resume, who Devin fought, IQ. All that is a talking point because at some point in time, this is called the hurt business. If you get your opponent hurt, doesn't matter how smart he is, he's hurt.
Yeah.
His smartness is not going to hit. It may help him survive the fight. Maybe he's smart enough where he can grab on and hold on to you. But if you can get up there and scramble those eggs, scramble those noodles, and he's discombobulated, that IQ just went out the window, brother. Your pedigree just went out the window. Your resume just went out the window because you're hurt now. And it's all about, a lot of times, boxing is about getting your opponent hurt and not allowing him to recover. If you can do that, you can beat a lot of guys, man. You can beat somebody who may be better than you, that may have more skills than you, may have more experience than you, if you can get them hurt. And that's the main thing. I think a lot of people are missing that. They talk about the X's and the O's, but at the end of the day, this is the pain game. This is the hurt business. If you can hurt your guy, you can do something.
That's a fact, man. I think that's skill and will. Like, I mean, we saw with Fabio Worley, right? I don't think anybody would disagree that Joseph Parker was more quote unquote skilled, but Fabio Worley, first of all, I thought Joseph Parker was on a fraudulent run anyway, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, he was, say Fabio Worley definitely had the will, and he started boxing late. And it's like, but even though, Coach Eddie, what you just said about being smart and having IQ, man, like if you get hurt, it's tough, bro. Like, so those of us that have boxed before, like, I think sometimes we underappreciate the art form of it, because you can't just clinch, man. You mess around and reach trying to clinch, you're gonna get pieced up. Like I remember back early when I used to box at amateurs, I was fighting sparring a heavyweight, and he hurt me one time, but I didn't know how to clinch. So I was just fighting back, you know what I'm saying? Because I tried to get close. He had a little bit more experience than me, and he backed up. You know what I'm saying? And I missed, and I was like, oh, okay. So then my last resort was just fight back. So so it was just I think that sometimes the clinching part that's something that people underappreciate as well. It's like, bro, you could clinch, but it's not just like we're running, right? And people say, oh, you just run around the ring all day. Yeah, we may not like running, so it's easy to dismiss it, but you can't just run around, bro. It's a confined space, dog. you know what I'm saying? That even that is, don't get me wrong, it's hard to cut off the ring. That's a skill too, but it's a confined space, like you said, man. That's pretty tough to do. You don't think that Joseph Parker was trying to get away from Fabio Worley? He couldn't. You don't think people try to get away from Beterbiev? They can't. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you think that running all day sound good when you on the track. you in the square circle. Good luck.
Nah, I agree, man. And if you asking Joshua to come in at 245, then I think he's gonna be in amazing shape. Like, I don't even think he's gonna gas then.
Yeah. Last time he was at 245 was Usyk, the second fight, right? So last time he was at 245 or under was the Usyk fight, the two Usyk fights. I think the first one he was like 240, and then the Ruiz fight, I think it was like 237 or something like that. Don't quote me, but
he was 237.
Yeah,
now,
so
Joshua has came in as heavy as 260 plus. I think his heaviest. He fought somebody. He was like, I think it was Klitschko. He was like 256 or 260. He was huge.
Yeah, his last fight he was in 250s against Dubois. So this is, he gonna have to cut a little bit, but it's just funny that we have a rehydration clause on a weight class supposed to be unlimited. Jake Paul, man, I'm telling you, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I just can't really, Jake Paul, bro. He always go find something,
So wait a minute. So he has to weigh in at 245, right?
Yeah, he can't be more than 245.
They're gonna have a They're gonna have a second day weigh-in.
That I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. They're gonna do a rehydration.
Yeah, like I'm assuming, but they might not.
I heard it
really though, because as long as I don't know if it's like because it's heavyweight, right? There's no. I would assume one will suffice, because there's no, like, you don't have to reach a certain pound. You just have to make sure that he's within 245. So whether they do it on the second day or the first day, I would assume they do it the same day, maybe like the IBF the morning of, but. There's no weight class like, okay, I have to beat this limit. Let me make sure that I don't get past this again. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just 245 or nothing. So I'm not sure when they're gonna.
I heard 10 pounds. I heard
it might be 10 pounds. Oh, you did hear it? Okay, I didn't hear that. Okay,
I heard a rehydration because Joshua, he's gonna have to cut down to get to 245. In my opinion, I think he's probably walking around 260 right now.
Hell yeah.
So he probably had to cut. He probably had to cut down 10, 15 pounds to get there. I think that's why they're doing it, because they know he's going to have to cut down, and they don't want him to come in so massive, like 260, 265, because Jake's not going to be able to push him around. He's not going to be able to move him. He's not going to be able to clinch him. He's not going to be able to use all his survival tactic that he does when he gets tired, which is basically just running around the ring. We've seen him do it with Chavez. We've seen him do it with Tommy Fury. When he got tired, he took off like Usain Bolt. You know, so he's really, to be honest, man, Jake is a coward at heart.
Yeah.
I don't know that maybe that's a little harsh because because he look at who he's fighting. Like you said, like my man mentioned earlier, he tried to fight Tank Davis, and he thought for some reason in his delusional mind that would solidify, or or maybe give him some type of credence or kudos for beating a lightweight. Like, you should be able to beat Tank Davis. It's not a feather in your cap beating Tank Davis.
Right.
I think any legitimate contender, cruiserweight contender, should be able to beat Tank Davis if you're a contender. If you're a cruiserweight, if you can't beat him, you're in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? So for some reason he thought that was the way to go, and now he's getting in with Jake Paul. And like I said, it's for with AJ, and it's for the money. At the end of the day,
like you said, it's for the money.
It's cash. It don't take much bravery to sign a contract that's got 7 or 8 zeros behind it, man. Send me one. I'll sign it right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not much thought into that. Just and all I'll be doing, I'll be looking for the first opportunity to get out of the fight. That's what he's going to do. As soon as they gonna have a field day with me on the next day on these podcasts, man. That dude went in there and he laid down, man.
Hey,
but you know what? You're exactly right.
You might have laid down, but you caked up. Now you good. So I think Ryan said it too. It's like that's one thing I do have to commend Jake Paul for, because I see him as a promoter more so that just participates in boxing. You see what I'm saying? Like, so, he had Mario Barrios, who's a welterweight champion, on his card. He had Daniel Dubois, former IBF champion, on his card. So I do think, and then not to mention what he's doing for the women, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's more so influencing boxing in a positive aspect. I just think it's criminal, like y'all saying, like, if you're not fighting real boxers, then I'm not going to consider you a boxer. You feel me? So like, maybe you like a halfway boxer or something like that. I don't know, but I just think it's kind of disrespectful. But hey, Ryan, I got to slide though, man. Y'all don't forget to smack that like button for my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Big North in the building, man. Boxer Talk up north, man. Y'all smack that like. It was good rapping with y'all, man. I appreciate you having me on. Got to go. I got some family in town.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Already, man. Be easy, bro. All right, Coach Eddie.
Salute.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
My man Trini BX, he said it's boxing. What De La Hoya did in the last round against Trinidad was running, man. Yo, don't remind me of that. I was a De La Hoya fan, man. De La Hoya, the boxer, I love. The promoter, I hate. Yeah, I don't know what De La Hoya doing with Golden Boy. Shout out to 610 Nas. Cook Jake. Yeah. Called him a coward. Sheesh. Shout out to David. David Garcia thinks he's gonna last the whole fight, man. He said Jake Paul gonna go to decision.
Hey, I think Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to give AJ a call and be like, and give him a little extra incentive,
motivation.
yeah. I said, hey, make sure you go and take care of Jake Paul.
Right.
Because Turkey will do that. He's known for giving people calls. He's known for giving people the proper motivation to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He always tries to do that, right? With shout out to my man Thomas Hill in the building. What's going on, brother? Yeah, he's always doing that, planning fights ahead. I hate that stuff, man. I wouldn't even be like, I would have to tune out Turkey Al-Sheikh because he got plans. Like, he already got plans for David Benavidez and Devin Haney next year. He wants them to fight in February.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Bro. If you go out there and sign I heard Devin Haney signed a 3-fight deal for $36 million. Okay, if you go out there and lose your next fight, I think a lot of time they leave a clause where they can restructure your deal. Basically, they can drop your pay. Because why would I pay you $12 million? You just got knocked out by Brian Norman. You're no longer worth $12 million anymore to me.
Right.
So I'm going to restructure that deal. I think even with the Canelo fight, I think that fight, his deal may be getting restructured now because he lost to Crawford. it may have been worth for him because any good businessman is going to lead himself out for the unknown or for the unexpected.
Yeah, but then you gotta think about Canelo probably been doing this longer than Turk, so he might have had his number locked. Cause I know that's what they try to do with the PBC. They try to switch up the names and he was like, nah, that's how we got out of that contract. He's like, these names is already locked, so y'all not gonna give me Benavidez now. I didn't agree to that.
Right. Okay, but at the same time, do you turn around? Did you try to sue a Turkey Al Sheikh or Crown Prince? Is he an entity? Is he a company? What is he?
Well, he's got the backing from Celsa, I think they are. But like I think yeah, he signed a Riyadh season. I don't even think he signed a Turkey. Like Riyadh season is the big picture of it all. But I know with Turkey, he holds the ring. All those ring fighters, he got those young guys like Abdullah Mason, Keyshawn Davis, all those ring guys, the younger guys. But Canelo, he's coming from the big boss, the big money. So I think his deal, he got 2 fights anyways. I think his deal is still gonna go out the way he signed it.
Oh, okay, so maybe Turkey just gets to pick the opponent. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is with Turk. I think he gets to pick the opponents. Yeah, I think that's what it is because I don't think he, would have fought Crawford if you had it up to Canelo. If you gave him the choice, I don't think he would have fought Crawford. Probably would have fought like Eubank Jr., somebody else, Hamza Shiraz.
Hey, I think Hamza, he's gonna be a Canelo opponent. I think Turkey's gonna make sure that fight happens.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Crane Enterprises. What's going on, man? Yeah, I agree. I think Canelo will fight maybe 2 more fights, maybe one in the UK, and then his farewell fight in Mexico. Then he should just hang it up, man. Man's been like 70 fights, bro. My man Canelo been had himself a career.
Oh yeah, man made a ton of money. It is what it is. Like him or love him. Me personally, I wasn't the biggest fan. Most of the time I did. Well, not most of the time. Every time he fought, I hope that he lost. But I'm just keeping it 100, man. I hope that he lost. But most of the time he does win. At the end of the day, now Golden Boy, I think they're trying to rebuild. They're looking for that next Canelo star or whatever. I think they're trying to use Virgil Ortiz, hoping that he is a guy who can carry that flag. But they're doing the same thing. They duck it. They always talking their duck talk already.
I know, man. They already came out and said that Jerron Boots Ennis got to be the B side, and when you start hearing stuff like that, then you already know what time it is, man. They don't want to fight because they talking about stuff that don't even matter, man. Like honestly, why go that route? Why don't you ask Turkey to fight? Turkey said he would probably finance the fight. He said he only wants big fights. That's a big fight. So just take the whole size of the street out. Let the guys get paid what they supposed to get paid. Send them over to Riyadh, man. Like honestly, Virgil Ortiz doesn't sell that much. Jerron Boots Ennis, at least he's established in Philadelphia. I don't think you could bring that fight to Las Vegas. And maybe you could sell it out in Las Vegas. Maybe. But he got to go to one of the smaller venues like man, not even the MGM. I don't think they could sell out. Got to go somewhere 10,000. Because like Virgil Ortiz didn't even sell out Texas.
But what about in a venue, maybe the Staples Center, because you do have a lot of Hispanics in California. But then
take it all the way.
That'd be a home field advantage almost for Virgil, though, probably.
Yeah, it would be. My man Trini BX said Shiraz versus Pacheco. Who the panel got?
Man, Pacheco is the one guy that I'm not high on, brother.
I gotta see them both their next fight, because I mean the Berlanga fight, man, I knew Berlanga wasn't it. And then Pacheco, he had that bad performance against McCumbee. I thought he should have stopped McCumbee. He didn't.
You know what set me off with When I seen him fight Steve Nelson, I said, this kid ain't got nothing, man. He's supposed to get Steve Nelson out of there.
Oh, he's supposed to stop Steve.
Yeah, no shade to Steve.
No shade
to Steve, but he was supposed to stop him. Because we seen Steve got stopped in his last fight. What, second round, something like that? He was out of there.
Nah, that was first round, bro. That was wild, yo.
Yeah,
Dude,
first, clip in the first round.
Yeah.
That clip in the first round. So that's what I'm saying. Pacheco, he's a boring fighter. I'm going to say it.
No,
because
he is.
They like saying that some of our fighters are boring. So I'm going to say it. Pacheco is an extremely boring fighter.
No,
he
ain't
no
is,
excitement. Man. He don't let his hands go. He's overly cautious for sometimes no reason at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have an instinct. And
yeah,
I don't think too much of the kid, man. I think Shiraz puts Pacheco to sleep.
He might.
Shiraz gets him
up. Shiraz will probably go for it. Pacheco, like you said, he's just way too hesitant. Like he had McCombie hurt in the second round, and the whole fight he just didn't go for it. And I'm like, bro, like this is supposed to be a staple fight. You're supposed to make a statement here because you just ducked Christian and Billy, but now you show me why you ducked him. Because if you would have got in there with Christian and Billy, he would have flatlined you, man. Because Trevor McCombie not supposed to be in here with you for 12 rounds. Like you had that guy hurt in the second round. So it's just like, man, I agree with you. He's too cautious. In a division where there's so many punchers now, Lester Martinez, Iglesias, Christian and Billy, Canelo could probably still chin check him. Hamza Shiraz now. Them guys is punching, man, and they're gonna get to Pacheco. They're not gonna let him stay out there with his stick. They're gonna break through that and put pressure on him. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. He is a boring fighter. I'm not too impressed with him, but shoot, I still gotta see Shiraz in there with some danger.
Yeah,
that's right. Berlanga wasn't it.
I think Shiraz is a big guy, man. I'd like to see him fight. Billy, that'd be an interesting fight.
Yeah,
because we seen him have trouble with that style when he fought Carlos Adames. That pressure style, come forward style.
Right.
That would definitely be. I like Christian and Billy. I like him. I like the way he fights, man. He may not be the most technical guy, but to me, he brings a lot of will. He brings a lot of skill. He brings a lot of desire. You can tell that he wants it.
Yeah, he's trying to get to it.
Yeah, he's trying to get to it. He's trying to get to it, man. And a guy like that, you want to stay away from him. I mean, if you really, if you honest, you got a prospect, you try to move your guy. That's a guy you kind of sidestep unless the money's right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe put that guy on the back burner because you're gonna be in for a tough fight. Even with Bud, like if Bud stayed at 168, I would avoid that guy like the plague. If I was Terrence Crawford, I'm not getting there fighting this guy who's gonna throw a million punches, who ain't gonna stop coming, and no matter what I hit him with, he's still gonna be there.
Yeah,
and that's when you can have all the skills in the world, but you got to fight that guy, man.
That's true. He's gonna force you in that fight.
He's gonna force you to fight it, and if you're not in shape, he's gonna get you.
Yeah, you're not in shape. It's gonna be a long night, man.
And I don't think Crawford. I think Crawford is past his prime. He's still a great, tremendous fighter, but I think he's past his prime. And I don't think he needs those type of fights right now. Like I think the biggest fight, to be honest, man, is Boots and Crawford, man. Outside the Canelo rematch, to me, that's the biggest fight to be made.
I agree, man. I think that's probably Crawford's big fight, but I mean, it sounds like he's gonna fight Janibek, go to 60, try to get a 6th division. So legacy, he's thinking about legacy, but if we're looking at something to get excited for us as fans, yeah, it's Boots and Crawford for sure. There'd be a lot of back and forth, a lot of who could win, who could lose, how can Jerron win? There'd be a lot of that stuff, man. Is it a passing of the torch fight? Be a lot of things like that. Shout out to It's Cannons. What's going on, man? Peace. What's going on, brother? Yeah, man, that'd
That's
be a good
facts,
fight.
man. I know a lot of the Crawford super fans. They're against the fight. They're basically turning into they're turning into the same thing that they quote unquote hate.
Yeah, that they.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's
I
what.
hate
That's
it,
what.
Coach Eddie. I hate, man. I hate it because I'm like, bro, you guys were like crying about this, and now y'all doing it to Jerron, man. It's
Yeah,
wild.
and what it is, to be honest, it's because they see him as a legitimate threat, and sometimes it pops to it. So a fight like that'll bring you back to reality that you're saying Bud is Superman. Bud isn't saying that he's Superman.
Right.
Bud is saying that I'm a human being, that I've been fighting for 30 years, that I've been getting hit all upside my head. And these are in quotation marks. This is what Bud is saying. That boxing is hard. He's saying everything about boxing, but y'all are putting him on this super indestructible pedestal, and Bud doesn't
Yeah.
want to be there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And Jerron Ennis is a legitimate threat to Bud Crawford because of the youth. He's young, strong, he's hungry, he got to prove himself. And what better person to prove myself is against an aging warrior who I'm not going to get any credit for beating because they're going to move the goalposts if Boots Ennis wins that fight. They're going to say that Crawford was old.
Unfortunately, you're right, man. That's what they would say. They would say Boots got him at the right time. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, man, boxing fans is terrible, bro. Yeah, it's
And you
terrible,
know what?
man.
And the reality was that will be the reality that yes, bud, boxing years you are old. At 38, you're ancient. And by all purposes, you should a good 29-year-old elite fighter should beat you. He should.
Yeah,
But if you're special, he won't.
right.
You have guys like Usyk and Bernard who was able to hang around for a long time. But yeah, but Jerron Ennis should be able to beat Bud Crawford just based on the age, the wear and tear, the Bud being closer to 40 than he is 30, and Boot being more in his prime.
Yeah,
Young,
yeah.
strong, fast, twist muscles, reflexes. He should be able to beat Bud Crawford if they would lace up.
Nah, he should be able to. I mean, even older Floyd, he beat a Canelo, So yeah, there's very few times where we get those guys who are just special like that, where the younger guy just can't beat him. But yeah, you're right. Jerron Ennis should win the fight. But that's what I'm saying. If Crawford beats him, I mean, that cements his legacy because I mean, even look at the Canelo win for Floyd, man. That shit aged well because of what Canelo did after and went on to do. It made Floyd's win look even better.
Right. And that's what it is, man. A lot of these older fighters right now, and I'm gonna shout out to Usyk because he did something that he didn't have to do. He didn't have to fight Daniel Dubois. That was a dangerous fight. He
Word.
could have
Yep.
sidestepped him. He could have said, "Oh, I already beat him. He hadn't done anything. He don't
Word.
deserve to fight. He don't bring nothing to the table." He could have used all them talking points. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't. He fought. He gave the young, strong bull a chance, and he got knocked out.
Yeah.
We seen Chavez give Oscar De La Hoya a chance. We seen Floyd Mayweather give Canelo a chance. We seen Sugar Ray Leonard give Hector Camacho a chance, Terry Norris a chance. All these young guys that were coming up and a shot at the old legend. And that's
Yep.
what's not happening right now. These old legends are not giving these young guys the opportunity because they have built-in fan bases that will protect them and that would tear the fight down, saying it shouldn't happen.
Right.
Instead of saying, no, this is how boxing is. The old lion fights. I mean, the young lion fights the old lion.
Old. Yep.
That's the way of boxing. It always been like that. Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, man, we can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? The old guy, the young guy takes out the old guy. And then eventually that young guy, he'll be the old guy. And so the cycle continues. You know what I'm saying? But these old guys, they're not doing that. They did Jerron Ennis a disservice. Keith Thurman did him a disservice. Danny Garcia did him a disservice. Sean Porter did him a disservice. Right now, the biggest fight to be made, Terence Crawford is doing him a disservice because they could make that fight if they wanted it. I don't know if Eddie Harrington wants it, but I think the pot get big enough and everybody comes in the room and say, look, what is it going to take to make this fight?
Right.
They can get it done, man. We seen that AJ and Jake Paul got it done like overnight.
Pretty much. You're right, man.
So we got to get back to doing that instead of saying, this guy don't deserve this, this guy don't deserve that, and then something crazy happens or whatever, and then they try to tear down a guy like Drawn, and they say, well, he ain't fought nobody. Okay, well, the people that y'all say he should have fought, they won't fight him. So I mean, what are you supposed to do then?
What is
you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't force nobody to get in the ring with him. Like, he can't even get Virgil Ortiz to get in the ring with him, man. Virgil talking about everybody, talking about Earl Spence. It's crazy. Earl Spence ain't been in the ring in like 3 years, man. You got a dude step into you literally in the ring. Like, have energy for that guy. Like, what we got energy for Earl Spence for? That man going to soccer games with his kids, man, enjoying life. Not boxing. But yeah, like you said, man, they're not giving him. I wish Keith Thurman would come out and say he want to fight Boots, because Keith Thurman, I mean, his fight's supposed to be pushed back, but we don't know if that's gonna happen for real.
Yeah, that dude Fundora, that's another one, man. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's the PBC way or something. Yeah. Fundora, he been getting the pass lately, man. But that kid been moving funny, man. I'm not gonna keep it 100, man.
Yeah,
WBC he been moving right, man.
They allowing him to move funny. They not even mandating him to fight Virgil or anybody else. And it's just crazy. It's wild. It's like, what do we got to sanction the body for if we're not gonna follow rules? Oh boy, boxing! I tell you, man, it's a weird spot, weird place we're in. A lot of politics in the sport. Too much politics, man. We need to just get back to the rankings and get the fights we want. Shit is getting old. So you a Boots fan, or would you say you like more a Crawford fan? Hey, Coach Eddie. Nope.
Yeah, I like Boots more, man.
Yeah.
I like Crawford. Get me wrong, Crawford been around for a long time, but I like to see the changing of the guard, man. And I think Boots right now, he's in his 20s, and it's his time to shine, man. You know what I'm saying? It's his time, man. And I hope he get his just due. You know what I'm saying? Hope he get his opportunity. Because, like I say, yeah, a lot of guys, they want to hold on to these old guys, and that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on to Muhammad Ali, but these other guys, man, sometimes everybody got an expiration date. In boxing, man. So right now, you gotta let these young guys get it on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them take over the sport. Yeah, I mean, we got to get past the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, Floyd era it lingered so long, man.
Yeah, it has, bro.
It really has, man. So we got to get back. I like what these young guys are doing, man. They're willing to get there. They mixing it up. They want to fight each other. If they ain't over marinating the fights, man, let's get it on, man. And that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Even with Brian Norman and Devin Haney, I mean, those guys are getting it on, man.
Yeah, you know they don't have to fight each other.
Nah, Devin don't have to fight him. Devin could have been like, "Oh man, you ain't done nothing. Yeah, you know, you ain't did." He could have made all these excuses up, but he's getting it on, man. So you gotta give him credit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta shout him out because he's getting it on. I think he's gonna lose, but he's still getting it on though.
Right. No, that's true, man. They're both young. Yeah, Benavidez too. He's active. You talking about fighting like 3 times a year, which is good because we need more young guys fighting more.
And I think that was a knock on Tank, man, because Tank got a lot of fans, man, and but Tank just wasn't interested in getting it on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he got his outside issues and stuff like that, but at the same time, brother, you got a lot of smoke here. You got a lot of guys. People want to see you fight, man. You know, let's get it on, brother. if it's the money thing, you know, hey, we can get you some. We can get the money that you want. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get you in the ring, brother.
Nah.
Even with this fight with Anthony Yard and David Benavidez, man, I seen David. David looks he looks like a different man. I don't know if you've seen him.
He look a little slimmer.
Very slim. I'm like, wow, man, he looks like, I don't know. He looked like he'd really taken camp serious. I've not seen him. He looked real slim. His face was slim. His body was slim.
Yeah.
He didn't have any like he didn't have any loose skin or anything like that. I mean, he looked like he was tight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't ripped by no means, but he looked tight. So I said, man, he must be taking these guys serious, man.
He got to. Yard's durable, man. Only thing about Yard, he fades as the fight goes on, but you know, he's hurt. He's hurt Better Biev. He's hurt Sergey Kovalev. So Yard got some power.
Yep. Yeah.
That's something we can't deny.
He's hungry and he's dangerous, man. So those type of guys, man, you know that they're coming to fight. And you got to be careful with those guys. Even with what do you think about the Sam Nukes fight in Abdullah Mason?
Yeah, I don't know how that one's gonna go, man. I got Abdullah winning, I should say. I just don't know if it's gonna go to the decision or stoppage. That's where I'm lingering with. But I think Abdullah's gonna outlast. I think he'll start. Man, Abdullah Mason, he's usually a quick starter. I think in this fight it'll be a little bit different. But I think for sure he's going to pick up the pace around the third or fourth. And yeah, I think he might stop Sam Noakes, man. I think Sam Noakes just may not know what to do with all that athleticism and the speed of Abdullah Mason, along with the length, too. That kid is long, man. He's big for the weight. My man D1 in the building, he said, I watched the interview last night of David Benavidez. Bro, his left eye was moving different. His right, he looked so dehydrated. Oh, yeah?
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know, man. Didn't he just move up?
Dang. See, that's what I was saying. I was just talking about how slim he looked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at his face. He said he looked dehydrated.
I mean, well, they're in a desert, bro. You gotta also think about that. Acclimation. I think a lot of these guys sleep on that, bro. Like Devin Haney's been in Riyadh for like 3 weeks now. He's probably acclimated. The other guys kind of just got there, last week? Some of them. So it's like, man, I think you need time to get there, get acclimated. The food, the air, everything, man. Being in the desert. I guess he's from Arizona, so he shouldn't have troubles with that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he looks, though. Maybe it's just a bad weight cut, man. A lot of these guys are irresponsible with that stuff. Not eating the right things, not being disciplined. Just monitoring your weight, man. That's what you got to do. Can't get too big between these fights. And I think Benavidez always gets too big between these fights. It's a good fight. Sam and Abdullah. Yeah. No doubt, man. We'll have to see. Sam Noakes, he's been 12 rounds before, so he's got experience of going deep. You know, I think that's one thing about Abdullah Mason. I don't think he's been that deep. But Abdullah, he's special, man. He's a good fighter.
Hey, what's your take on the Norman Devin Haney fight, man? Who you got winning that fight?
That's gonna be a good fight, man. Like I said last night, I'm leaning towards Norman Jr. right now. But I mean, if Devin looks good at the weigh-in, bro, I might have reservations about that. I just think I think for Devin Haney, he gotta understand, or he gotta know this is do or die for him. So I think they all know that. They've been pretty quiet this whole camp, bro. You know, we didn't see Bill Haney popping up on the lives. We didn't see Bill Haney, you know, talking crazy. Well, he talked crazy for a bit in the beginning, but as the fight got closer, I'm telling you, man, they've been quiet and they just been working. I think they moved their whole camp to New York. So it'll be interesting to see how Devin Haney looks. And from Brian Norman Jr., I like him, bro. I think Brian Norman Jr. is what we need in boxing. We need more kids like him who just want to fight, bro. You know, they trying to ask him about what Devin Haney wear. They trying to ask him about who he train with, be friends with. He like, nah, I want to fight. I just want to fight. And I love that. I love that attitude because you know, it's a warrior sport, and Brian Norman Jr. is absolute warrior, man. He's coming in there. He's telling Devin Haney, "I'm here to kill you, bro. Unalive you. Here to do the job." And that's what I want to hear as a boxing fan. So right now, I'm leaning towards Norman Jr. decision, but shoot, if Devin Haney can figure it out, I think he's probably one of the guys. If I look at 147, who can beat Norman on a good night. I don't look at the other guys like that. So you know, it's a good fight, Coach Eddie. I think it's a toss-up, man. It's 50-50.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I
You
feel
got
that.
Norman?
Yeah, I got Norman, man. I got Storm and Norman. I think Bill, man. And shout out to Bill. You know, he did his thing. He promoted his son, multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think he has a way of giving people, bulletin board inspiration and giving them extra motivation and putting jumper cables and his now the other guys they didn't have nothing for that. Let's keep it on.
Yeah.
Maybe Lomachenko was about the only guy that really had something for him. And Lomachenko pushed him, but that was at 135. And like I say, that was a lot of people thought Lomo won. Some people thought Devin won. Hey, I ain't gonna argue either way. It could have been a draw. It was a good fight. Me personally, I thought Devin should have been a little bit more dominant in that fight, just based off just the dimensions, how much bigger he was than Lomachenko. And I was with Devin, and I am a Devin Haney fan. I thought that Devin Haney was actually going to dominate Lomachenko, and it didn't. Basically, because the same way that Teofimo Lopez kind of came out, he dominated Lomachenko until the end, but Lomachenko tried to pick it up on him, but he was having his way. So I thought, well, surely Devin's going to have his way. Fast feet, good jab, quick combinations. You know what I'm saying? And it turned out to be a very, very entertaining and close fight. That's the only guy that really had something for Devin Haney. Nobody else really had anything for him. Ryan Garcia, of course, we all know drug cheat, PED usages, all that stuff popped up. But at the same time, I feel that Brian Norman Jr. punches harder than Ryan Garcia on PEDs, which lets me know that he can be had by a power puncher. And also just how Ryan just came out and just totally just disrespected Devin Haney. He took his jab away from him. He was hitting him with crazy shots. He was hurting him. But Devin did battle back and was able, to make the fight competitive and close. I think he even got a decision on one card, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But
he did.
Devin Haney, I think he is a different fighter now because of that fight. And he hasn't proven that he isn't, that he's recovered from that, in my opinion. Because the Jose Ramirez fight, that didn't show me anything. It didn't answer any of my questions. I don't think it answered any of his questions. I don't think it answered any of Bill. It didn't do anything. It was just a money grab.
Yeah, exactly.
It done nothing. It didn't answer any of Bill's questions. It didn't do anything. So now those questions are still lingering as you go into this fight against a guy who's on a roll right now. Who's looking like a destroyer right now. Let's keep it 100. And you're not a power puncher. You're not a guy like a Usyk who's shown his pedigree, beating top-notch, dangerous guys in the cruiserweight division and the heavyweight division. You're not that guy.
Right.
So this fight right here between Norman, I think the mentality that Norman's bringing to this fight is personal. For what Bill Haney said about Brian Norman's mother and that kid's grandmother, how he just came
crazy.
out.
You remember
that, right?
Family? Oh man.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Nah, I don't be. Yeah, man. I try to stay out of that. That's wild.
I give you the short version. So basically, he was on True Media podcast, and it was Bill and Brian. They was on three-way together, on the podcast.
Oh, they was going back and forth.
Yeah, so Bill started talking about Brian Norman's mother. And Brian Norman's mother was stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
So he's talking about F that B word, blah, just talking this crazy, bro.
That's
about
wild,
this man's
man.
mom, right? And then, he took it personal. So like right now, that kid.
Hell yeah.
So now that kid wants to do something to Devin Haney, and Devin Haney is being so dismissive, so arrogant, so to speak, overconfident, and he wants to show him. He wants to make an example out of Devin Haney, and it's gonna be tough, man. Devin Haney's not willing to go there. If he's not willing to do a Chris Eubank, Conor Ben 1, because that's what it's going. That's the type of performance it's going to take for you to win this fight. You're not going to be able to box to a clean victory. You are going to have to fight, brother. This is not a boxing match. For anybody who listens, tell Devin Haney this is not a boxing match. This is a fight.
No. You don't think Dev can outbox him?
Like I said, this is a fight. Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali, that was a fight. Ali
I agree with you. He's gonna have to fight in spurts, but I'm just thinking like, can Devin win enough rounds and survive? That'd be my path to victory for Dev. That's why I feel like I gotta see the weigh-in. Like, is Dev gonna be heavier than Brian? If he gonna come in and take shots, then I'm gonna be like, oh shit, they not running from the smoke, which might be bad or it could be good. Because I mean, as much as people want to say, yeah, Ryan Garcia had Devin Haney hurt from the first 30 seconds of that fight and couldn't put him away. Like, couldn't destroy him. You should have had that dude out by round 3. Like, you had this dude hurt from the first 30 seconds and you couldn't stop him. And he went on to win rounds. Like, I get it. People gonna say Ryan was out of shape. I don't care, bro. Ryan Garcia on steroids couldn't get the job done. But like you said, Brian Norman Jr., I think he does punch harder. It's just like, can he get to the punch though? Is Devin Haney gonna make the same mistake? There's so many what ifs in this fight. That's why it makes the fight so good. And I think that's why, like you said, Coach Eddie, we need these young guys to start fighting when they're young, man. Because now they could do a rematch. If this fight's good, they can do a rematch.
No, absolutely, man. I agree with you 100%. I think this is the most anticipated fight on the card, to be honest. A lot of the people hadn't really been talking about David and Anthony Yard so much, even though they are the main event. This seems to be the fight that everybody's really talking about. Everybody wants to see. Everybody interested in. And maybe that's because Devin Haney, he had a fan base, and then he had a hate base. And his hate base is much larger than his fan base.
That's true, man. There's a lot of people that want to see him, get knocked out.
Yep. So I think that's why a lot of people are taking a lot of interest in this fight right here. And a lot of people who maybe not necessarily been Brian Norman fans, they get to see who this kid is. They get to see his personality. They get to see how he talks. And they're, oh yeah, okay. They're getting behind this kid now because they like what he represents. And they dislike what Devin Haney represents, which is basically a poor man version of Floyd Mayweather. Trying to be a carbon copy. Just like Brian Norman got on the skin, he said, man, be your own man. Stop trying to be like Floyd.
Stop trying to
Devin didn't like
that. Yeah, I thought that was a good comeback, man. Definitely. I don't know why Devin Haney feel like he got to be the next Floyd, man. Just be your own self, but it's kind of hard, I guess, when you grow up in that gym and that's all you seen is TMT all around you. See everything that man did. Why wouldn't you not want to be it? But hey, Floyd, man, Floyd's one of one. Let's be honest here.
You know the last guy who tried to be like Floyd, which was AB. AB was trying to be like Floyd to the limit. I mean, to the max, man.
Yeah, he was. He was even begging him for like exhibitions. He was like, "Yo, let's make some money."
Yeah, he was trying to be like Floyd, man. Trying to fight like Floyd. Trying to wear jewelry like Floyd. Trying to throw his money away like Floyd. Like, bro, man, that stuff is played out, man. The people, you know, that whole, you know, rich guy, jewelry, fancy cars, man, that's so played out. People like fatigue. Even in the rap game, they was talking about people just having rap fatigue. It's like, bro, your content is trash. You can't rap. Y'all talking about the same thing. Every album sound the same. People just falling away from the game. Like, man, nobody appreciates rap anymore because now it just turned into some trash, brother. It ain't no good. There's no art form. There's no the sound is different. There's no originality. It's whack, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Everybody sound the same, man.
Yep. Nah, that's true. It's terrible,
even with even with the boxing games, like people were like, Brian Norman's a breath of fresh air, man. To a lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
No, he is. He's a whole different person. He reminds me a lot of Marvin Hagler, yo. Gives me that Marvin Hagler vibes. Like, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to beat you up, man. And I'm okay with that. I like that, man. I don't want a boxer who's here to be friends with everybody. That's why I get on Shakur. I'm like, bro, like, why you doing this whole friendship thing talking about I'm gonna leave a belt here for Keyshawn? Forget all that. Keyshawn won a belt and you got it. He gotta fight you. But hey,
facts, man. Nah, you're exactly right, because otherwise we're not gonna get, you know, the fight that should happen, man. Y'all all in the same weight class. Even Shakur, he kind of, his personality, he's kind of like, just to me, I know he's one of them guys. To me, Shakur has a niche fan base. You know what I mean? He's good. He's a tremendous fighter. He's like the Grey Poupon of boxing. Either you like him or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's really good.
Yeah, he's Grey Poupon. Some people like it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, it's like with him, he has to have some type of entertainment value, which he did offer that in that last fight with Zepeda. But then again, you had these young up and coming guys who are willing to get in the ring with you. And Conor, and even the Conor Ben fight, Shakur, the first one, he says a lot. He's all over the place. He says this, "Oh, I want to fight Conor Ben." Well, if I'm Conor Ben, Eddie Hearns, can you make that fight happen? Oh, wait a minute, isn't Shakur with Eddie Hearns?
Are they together? Yeah, they together.
Let's make that fight happen. Eddie Hearns, tell Shakur to meet me at 147, since he wants to be like Bud Crawford so much. Tell him to move up and wait and meet me at 147. Otherwise, don't say nothing. If you ain't talking about fighting me, then don't say nothing about me,
man. Yeah. Nah, I agree, man. I always see that. You know, I don't think Shakur Stevenson gonna fight Conor Ben, but hey, we'll see, bro. We'll see.
For sure, man.
But yeah, Coach Eddie, I'm gonna get up on out of
here,
man.
Yeah, me too, my brother. I gotta go back to work, man. Hey, great stopping in. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Coach Eddie, doing your thing, man. Thanks for coming through. Brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody in the building, man. Show love to the channel. Salute. We had El Consejo in here. He dropped a super chat earlier. I appreciate that, brother. Shout out to everybody, man. We had D1, we had Trini BX, we had Dr. Boxing Talk and Coach Eddie up here. We also had Just Doing the building. We had a Half Boxing, Chad from Canada, my guy. We have Miles. Salute to Toya. I hope you subscribe, Toya. Salute for coming through. My girl Toya was in the building doing a thing. True Power Media. We had him. We had Yancey on the ropes, Demo in the building. Man, Aquaflow in the building. Birdman, C. Pacino. Damn, bro. Abdul Rahim, salute. Mars 6. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anybody. We had It's Me, the world's greatest in here as well. My man Malcolm, who always comes through. Man, we had a lot of people come through the chat. I appreciate y'all for showing love to the stream, man. And Darius Flowers as well. I can't forget you, brother. I almost forgot about my man David Garcia. You know, you guys always showing love, man. You got Crane Enterprise as well came through, and it's Cannons, man. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody, but if I did, my bad. Not on purpose. Not sure what's going on with my camera there. Jeez. It's going on out, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning into the show and showing love, man. Peace.
What? I will slap you if you don't move this car. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. Okay.